Any slumming celebrities, like, I'm going to be real. I'm going to connect with the YouTube generation. I'm going to go on this fucking... No, this is a fucking nightmare. Holy... Doing the...
Oh, there's creepy things back here. Hey, what are you in it?
Ice Cream Man.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hanging down.
Oh, it's so great. You do your best to let random chance be random.
I'm gonna try really hard.
Okay. The suckling.
I'm gonna do it again. Let's do it again. After a woman goes to a back alley abortion clinic, that's how we want any movie to start, her aborted fetus attacks her, her boyfriend, and everyone else at the place. At the place.
You know, we only needed one sentence on the back of this box.
That's like if you're just lazily describing a movie to your friend. And then it always says he'll always be mommy's little mutant. Wow.
So people that complain about that, like, can you lower Rich's audio when he laughs? We do sometimes. It doesn't make a difference.
I lower it as low as it goes, and it still is there.
I muted it, and you could still hear it. I don't know how it works.
Plinketto. Oh yeah, BOTW.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild.
Yes, the Legend of Zelda.
We're going on an adventure today. Space Jacked is the story of a luxury spaceship. Spaceship.
Tiger?
What?
They tried to blew through the wall and planted on naked people. What is that?
Feathers? Feathers? What the fuck?
Anybody!
He's putting a bug zapper on his face. Why are you doing that? Do you think that was just unrelated footage of their set falling apart? And they just changed the story to fit it?
We got some rewrites for you.
And then lets toxic gas into the room, so Corbin Burnson freezes.
He freezes.
And then he left the set.
I can't grab anything for some reason. My fingers stopped working. Oh, you have to close your hand. Oh. It starts with literally one string on a violin, just.
Then you get a Congo drum.
Then you get a Congo drum.
The Congo drum, why not?
It's already in the film. We're moving on. We have to score Carnosaur 3 this afternoon.
The whole section.
We spent less time rolling around in a spray-painted office chair. More time trying to get bank account numbers.
I'm glad we never saw Die Hard starring Corbin Burnson.
Yeah. He would have just rolled his office chair right out the window.
John McClane never even has to reach for the gun.
John McClane had just taken his shoes off, and he just hears somebody fall.
Satan just shows up.
It's Bull from Night Court.
It's Bull from Night Court.
Dad, insult to injury.
It looks like a vampire. He makes a deal with Satan. For our escape, you can challenge all these mortals via these games.
Or like, I have a challenge for you. I've made a game. You have to play in my game. Something, some fun, clever twist.
Said they punch each other. It ends just like this one.
Maybe the girlfriend isn't kidnapped. Maybe she's with him, and she learns about computers. He has to use it on his arm.
And he learns that she has some useful skills as well. Yeah.
Sometimes you can't always rely on your computer. You gotta rely on good old-fashioned human intuition.
That's right. It's like you've seen a movie before. He's just waiting for it. The Mummy, the Wolfman, and Einstein. History's greatest monsters.
But she still has a little soft spot for him. Oh, you're kind of cute. You know where I'm going with this. Yeah. And someday I'll get a. He's not hideously ugly like most nerds. She's like, it's you? You're here to save me?
You're the hero?
Right. I'll show you. And then throughout the course of the movie, eventually he'll lose his glasses. He'll prove to her that he is indeed a hero on the inside and out.
By punching Satan.
Sure. Well, no, we don't do that. He outsmarts Satan.
Sure, you do something more clever.
Yeah.
To me, that's the charm, though. The fact that they just went with the dumbest, most simplistic thing for every possible idea makes it fun.
Absolutely.
Ether.
It'd be like if like in Space Jacked, if someone said YOLO.
Oh, right.
You know, like where it's just like that's weird.
Yeah.
You know?
I offer you freedom and wealth sufficient to create your own empire.
He became Donald Trump.
This is the Trump backstory.
I reject your reality and substitute with my own. That's his whole existence.
Oh my God! And more importantly, the girlfriend realized the importance of the computer and said yes to marrying the hero.
Why didn't you tell me it could shoot lasers? I would have married you years ago.
Well, considering that the computer was the one that drew the attention of Satan, I think that would have been reason enough for her to leave him. Right?
Please stand by for a message from our sponsors.
From Loot Crate.
So there's going to be some abortion talks.
A little bit of rape.
A little bit of rape talk. All Red Letter Media, content warning. All of it. We're very sorry.
Oh, heck with it. Let's just watch the Chooper. Would it help if you read it as a quick synopsis?
Oh, sure.
Because then that might help
get
this over with as quickly as we can.
After being tricked.
Picking up and dropping off.
The girls, Johns, and other assorted weirdos find themselves trapped inside the brothel. He is paying extra to make sure that they give her a super abortion. And then
So Big Mama drugs her.
she just apparently likes giving abortions and will give them against your will.
Yes.
Yes.
Flushing them down the toilet isn't the best way to dispose of the baby because it's going to clog up the pipes. I mean, it's just...
That's not something you would see in a mainstream movie. We're pushing the envelope.
Is that a...
That's a jiggling of the handle sound effect.
Come on.
Why don't they just leave? Oh, the door won't open?
I'm just picturing, like, he just says, well, why doesn't everyone just leave the house? And then there's just like this awkward silence on the set, where everyone just like looks at each other. And then the guy, eventually we discover a maze of fabric
placentas?
from rope.
Joanne Fabrics just exploded.
A client left was so happy with their BJ that they were like...
A backstory motivation for why the toxic waste barrel was dripping into the storm drain onto the aborted fetus is important in your script. But
this is not us making a judgment on abortions in general.
She is literally an abortion victim.
Disclaimer, content warning.
typically, an abortion victim would be a baby. But in this case, she is an abortion victim in a different sense.
I guess technically you're correct.
But yeah. She.
There is meat on this particular bone, and I really hated saying that. I'm so sorry.
I know exactly what footage I'm going to overplay over you saying that.
Let's kill this discussion early.
Let's end this.
You guys, I don't know if this movie will work. Do we have a plan B?
We got jokes all night, people.
Oh, I feel terrible about that.
All these guys want to do these days is shoot their load in your face.
I would like to give a special commendation to Space Jacked, as it was, in my opinion, the perfect first movie on a 3-movie night.
By which you mean it was the most boring.
But
I mean, technically it was the second movie, but we don't talk about Ice Cream Man.
It's borderline for me.
I would be okay with passively destroying Space Jacked. I think you missed what you were doing, Rich.
It's okay.
What?
It's not as good as you remember it.
Oh, you're talking about the Chooper. Okay.
Oh, I'm not cutting out the part where you didn't get the joke.
Oh my God! You're gonna do that to someone who's not Rich Evans?
I forgot what we watched today. To be honest,
We watched Rat Finka Boo Boo.
before a string of 14+ days of one-digit temperatures, we're getting dumped on by snow.
Mike, I'm suing you for copyright infringement.
Or the Newman Romules. We saw.
You sound like someone that made the Chooper.
We saw M and L.
Is it the same mattress?
I was just gonna do it.
Why do you? Yeah, that's why those stains are there now. Oh God! Does that mean I don't have to get naked? Well, I'll meet you halfway. You'll be in your underwear. How about that? Oh, but I gotta lay on that same mattress. Did you clean it from the last time? Action!
Then we realized that there is a whole ocean of B movies out there. This is the small town we grew up in. We're going back to our stomping grounds.
We can never go home again.
Oh no, it's the Chooper!
Oh no!
He's just right there! You're not fast enough for the Chooper!
Get him, Chooper!
Also randomly shoveling.
Some shoveling. The man.
He's cultivating. He's cultivating the dirt. You got to keep it fresh.
He doesn't like wearing a shirt. Has a whole assortment of outfits that she brings with to get dusty.
This is a lot of exposition. How do we know any of this?
Through extensive voiceover while people are walking.
Is this the worst possible way of conveying expositional information? Like an opening.
Not in terms of the filmmaking, because that saves them a whole lot of time.
Like an opening text crawl would have been much better, right?
Your bottom of the barrel choice is filming people walking around while
With a long lens.
you just read the plot. They do have a scene where they go into town, and it is something to be desired. Their town. The neighbors? She's now their mother. Oh no!
Instead, it turns out the shocking twist is that it's one of the only 3 characters in the film. Oh my God, it's Tim, the guy who wants to buy the land.
Don't let anybody ever tell you different. Don't ever go in that old house or the Chooper will get you.
And the Oscar goes to.
And the Oscar. The layman needs thunder. We don't know a lot about farming as Milwaukeean.
I'm sure it requires more than digging dirt, though.
Right. But if there's...
And then in the case of this movie, they're like, what do we have? We got a shack.
A blood shack?
Yeah, that's all they got. And even that wasn't enough to make it feature length. All these things.
I think you need to do a side-by-side of the pan shot of the Golden Gate Bridge from the room and see which one wins.
Which one's longer?
Yeah. I think.
Tension is lingering on a shot for a very long time as a character in American flag pants walks across the desert. Hitchcock always said tension is when there's a bomb under the table and the audience knows it's there, but the characters don't. But Ray Dennis Steckler has taught us that tension is when nothing happens.
Who is the horror master?
See, this is all they do on the ranch. They shovel.
That's all you can do. It's
shovel
nothing but dirt.
Can we talk about the famous hat falling off scene? Daniel's on the porch and his hat falls off. And it was the most exciting thing to happen in the film.
And I would say I have seen duller, worse movies on Best of the Worst.
Yes, we usually destroy them.
But for
This one has a special place there.
I know.
yeah,
I think I'll just worry about it tomorrow.
I'll just worry about it tomorrow.
Star Trek: The Next Generation Season 1.
Yes, this is the thing the internet wants us to talk about the least. Was a notorious prick running Star Trek: The Next Generation Season 1.
And then you get hit with the Encounter at Farpoint, which is one of the better episodes of Season 1, and it's also terrible. Specifically, you challenged me to find 3 episodes I like in Season 1.
You say challenge, I say torture.
Yes.
I will fully admit I did this for my own sick pleasure.
Because I got like 2.5.
Oh, 2.5.
I got like 2.5. I technically have 3.
I have 3.5. Oh boy. There are some episodes I hate. Ironically, the Valley is, I wanted to say peak performance. But I thought peak performance was Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
That joke really would have worked
It would have.
if Shades of Grey was called peak performance.
It's not the most complicated plot in the world.
Let me stop you there.
Yeah.
That can be applied to all 26 episodes of Season 1. And the base is this big, and the Enterprise D is floating in front of it this big, which means the windows on the starbase would have to be about 15 stories tall.
This is the Minuet episode.
Yes. That's my least favorite thing about it.
Yeah. This is a wonderfully awkward moment where Picard walks in on Riker's sex fantasy.
Symbiosis. And I think I mentioned this to you.
Well, that's one of mine.
Very good. We can talk all about it.
And now I'm left without a good third. So this is great.
This is both their costumes. They both look like they walked off the set of Battlestar Galactica. like right out of 1974. Yeah. And it's just great. Onarian, nice, flows right off the tongue, and then Breckian, some hard consonants in there, makes them sound bad, right? Some kind of space coil, and they're like, we could send it to you. Cool. Did this get filtered out during the transport? And Riker's like, I don't know. Solar flares. Maybe. Picard's like, whoa. Sort of like, your drug addict with the barely working 1982 Honda Accord, right? Who's got to go and pick up his stash, but the engine won't start, What are your symptoms, right? Well, once we get the medicine, we feel pretty good for about 48 hours. And then then it starts to come back. And she's like, interesting virus, Then they show them get their drug. This is little, which they describe the drug amount, and Dr. Crusher's like, she figured this out rather quickly. This is, I think, another one of those episodes where Troy is conveniently not around. The Breckians are just full of total bullshit. They're lying. This is not medicine. They're laughing all the way to the bank. But Troy's she's in her bath. She has the week off. I don't know. The president of Onaria like phones in. He's also tweaking. He's just like, you got the stuff or what? And they're like, we're working on it. We need the stuff.
What's her face? The Breckian girl. Just the smuggest look on her face.
You just want to slap that lady right in the face. You just want to slap her face off. You want to slap the 1970s right out of her outfit. Go back to Battlestar Galactica. When they approach the sun, Picard goes, oh, and then they mask it with a little black dot.
Oh, yeah.
And so I always thought, and she's like, if only my character had more moments like that where I got to act and do something, say something important. And this is one of those moments. There's like 3 in the whole first season. And then Denise Crosby responded and wrote, you're wrong, you prick. My last episode of filming, we filmed out of order, technically with Symbiosis. You grabbed my comm badge from me and said, you won't be needing this anymore.
Oh, damn.
So Denise Crosby put him on blast. So it's a relatively famous exchange on Twitter.
The equipment's still working.
The equipment's still working to sell you weapons if you want to buy them. And he's like, my ship. It's called the Lollipop. It's a good ship. What is the armament of the Lollipop? Like, he's like, okay. And they drove out to the desert of California to film in real life, you know? And some of the early sets in seasons 1 and 2, plants, like potted plants everywhere. The planet looks terrible. But the concept's fun. How do you know so much about roots? She's like, my grandmother lived on this colony. And
we all know about Dr. Crusher's grandmother.
See, 7 seasons later, we learn all about Dr. Crusher's grandmother, which was a nice thing. They brought it all the way back to season 1. And then really, it's just like, Picard finds the computer. And, you can tell he's 1, an asshole, and 2, probably a little racist. and he's like, yeah, which is an amazing amount of space action and adventure for a season 1 episode. It's just a fun all-around adventure episode that is surprisingly tight and not cringy or racist.
I have nothing written down under home soil. I just have home soil written down because, it's all right.
Their arrival causes a cascade of events that destroys multiple people's lives.
It's a good thing we had Troy for that.
It's a good thing he's hiding something, Captain. He doesn't want us to come down there. And then they meet the innocent lady who's plucky and excited and just loves terraforming and is so excited. And the visit by the Enterprise ruins her whole life. Her whole life work. And then Data goes into the laser room. And then it tries to kill Data, but Data's too smart for it, so he rips the lasers out of the wall. And I had to fucking rip them out of the wall and trash them because I'm Data. And then, oh God, why won't you people leave? Humorously enough, they refer to the collection of crystals as the microbrain. But I find it funny because later on, Q calls Worf microbrain. The Enterprise doesn't leave with an entire industry and people's careers in ruins by just swinging by to see what's going on. I guess they saved a couple of grains of sand. The Royale, when they discovered that the astronaut lived to 100 and died in his sleep, and Worf just says, terrible way to die.
Dying peacefully in your sleep, yes.
Yes, a horrible way to die. So Worf conflicting with human culture. Riker tries to make breakfast for everybody, and it's fucking awful and disgusting. But Worf's like scarfing it up, and he just says delicious. And of course, Worf eats live worms. So it's not. They're like, don't you want to die in glorious battle? And Worf's like, kind of. They make fun of humans. They're like, you want to sit around and live in comfort, and enjoy peace. They're like making fun of him. So they concoct a scheme to steal the battle bridge and use it to just fucking blow shit up. And
For no real reason, too. It's not like they have one enemy they're focused on, right?
they don't have a brig set yet, so they just walk into like an empty room down the hallway. And Riker does the ultimate expression of martial arts. They have a whole room devoted to it, and it's like a gymnasium kind of room. Yep, somebody figure it out. And Gene Roddenberry, stay out of it.
He was too sick by that point. It's probably what made the show better.
It's an interesting experiment after ignoring season 1 for 20 years. Going back and watching it.
I got one from season 2 that's continually barely missed out on my top picks.
What is it? You know what's interesting though, Rich? No one in the whole world is talking about Star Trek Discovery Season 3. Not a single person.
Another multi-million blockbuster action release.
Disaster? Well, the rise of Skywalker was like a butchered mess. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Best of the Worst. 4 hours.
Yeah, it's nothing compared to a best of the worst shoot.
It felt a little longer for some reason. They reshot scenes to add one line.
To add jokes.
Bad jokes.
Bad jokes.
You did the research on the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I broke down the theatrical version. So
Right.
we both had a job.
I watched Doom Patrol.
Rich watched Doom Patrol. But then 11 minutes in, Bruce Wayne just walks up to find Aquaman. Because 29 minutes, we're introduced to Lois Lane and what she's up to. She is hanging out in the offices.
She says that literally as crew members are like pushing her out of the set. We're done.
They start tearing down the set to build like a CW show set or something.
Not to hope for an alliance, to fight apart.
I'm going to let Sir Ian McKellen read my exposition.
And he grabs a hot dog and feeds it to the puppies because he's a good guy. It's wonderful.
He wasn't just doing that out of kindness. It was hey,
it's serious.
I've just been here feeding the dogs this whole time. What happened out there?
It's great. It legitimately made me laugh out loud, which is not something I was expecting from a Zack Snyder film.
Even though Flash saves the day in the Snyder cut.
Yeah.
Without him, everyone would be dead.
Yes. Well, that's we're talking about the theatrical cut, Mike.
Right.
Still. We're still talking about the theatrical cut.
There's poor Russian people that need our help. Superman and the Flash, go help them so that Steppenwolf can continue fighting us. That's literally what happens. And whether or not Superman comes back is disoriented and mad, I'm fine with that. Meanwhile, someone is getting mugged in Gotham.
Oh my God!
He cut his horn off!
Jesus fucking Christ!
You better cover up. You look terrible. You should get to the gym more often. It's not over yet, Rich.
Oh.
The blowback happens.
Children, I work with children.
Oh, 7 million.
These aren't jokes, by the way. These are the actual lines from the theatrical cut.
Chop his dick off.
Cut him in half.
His head off.
She's going to. Yeah, baby.
And then Darkseid's back there just watching.
Zack Snyder.
Watch out for Lex Luthor. He's planning the diamond heist.
And I don't remember a lot of that from Man of Steel or Batman v Superman. It just felt like a bunch of like noise. It's just a bunch of nonsense. That's a lot of collateral damage to stop one guy. Look at that!
Look at that priceless piece of architecture.
She did more damage than the bomb. Like, exactly my thoughts too. He's not an interesting villain. That's why I like the part where they fight Superman. that should have been the whole movie.
Oh, and then Superman has Beepo, the super monkey.
Beepo is just the perfect name for a superhero monkey.
Zack Snyder originally said that he wanted Gotham to instead of shooting in Chicago, he wanted to shoot it in Green Bay. But then they realized that Green Bay was just Lambeau Field and about 150 bars.
There's not even any houses. Everybody just lives in the bars.
The theatrical version is condensed, and it is structured, and it is a movie. You know what I mean?
I love seeing that part 4 come up. We took our snack breaks.
We had to stop. We had to take our heart medicine. We had to walk the gout out of our knees. Oh, I gotta stretch. Break it out. Yeah, why not? Unless you have a really comfy couch and a really big bladder.
It's streaming. You could watch this on the toilet. You bring the tablet with you into the bathroom.
Yeah, you're right, Rich.
Isn't the future amazing?
You don't get that true IMAX experience.
You watch it on your giant tablet in 4x3 while riding the bus. My film was meant to be seen on a 7-inch screen. That's why I shot it on a format that handles 8K worth of information.
Now, if you're playing the movie on a telephone, you will never in a trillion years experience the film. It's such a sadness that you think you've seen a film on your fucking telephone. Get real.
They're in front of a picture of his grandmother. Come on. How awkward.
Is the villain another baboon?
I hope so.
This isn't Devil's Island yet.
Oh, this is the South American
This
prison.
is the South American prison where they're going to get the third person to help them.
Oh God, this is like Rise of Skywalker. We gotta go to the place to get the thing, to get to the other place, to get the other thing.
With this relic, they can create a super race of Shaq-sized Draculas out of any tall human. I don't want to watch this anymore. 2.5 hours.
No.
Gotcha.
No. If anything has a short running time, it should be this.
Oh my God.
Carla is not his granddaughter. It's his daughter.
It's just his daughter.
Looks like it should be his granddaughter.
AKA Aunt Becky. Jose Danson's right-hand man is not Ice-T. The other martial artist in the film.
Yeah, yes.
More smoke!
Turn the engines off.
Oh my God!
Wow.
That is not how you hold that gun.
That's why she completely missed and accidentally hit that car instead.
That was her car.
I guess people associate that with the glitz and glamour of LA, but it's like people have to pay to get those on there.
Yeah.
It's not anything fancy, and it's in the worst part of Hollywood.
It's where bums sleep.
It's where bums urinate and sleep in the same spot.
Some of those stars that people kiss, poop has been on.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, they're kissing Cary Grant.
If a Hollywood
For
celebrity
some
has
reason.
passed away, people go and put flowers on it, and they just instantly shrivel up and die from all the toxic waste and fecal matter on the ground.
Oh, there's some mud on Cary Grant's star. Let me wipe that off.
What's his character's name? Something.
Jake Wyatt or
Jake Quinn.
Jake Quinn.
Jake Quinn.
Or just shorten it to one word, and he's Jaquin.
What Brannigan's? It's a famous bar in Los Angeles.
It's not famous. It's just a bar.
Bradford Birds.
It's famous because it was in this movie.
This is the website. It says.
They can't see that.
Save our restaurant. At heart, this is a love story.
If anybody are out there watching this, are strip club aficionados, you will rank this strip club in your bottom percentile, maybe a 1 star, maybe a half star.
Here's $400. This is what I owe the biggest mob boss in the country.
Next time you want to place a bet. Thank you.
That's a $1991, Mike.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right.
The worst person in it is our lead.
Yeah.
By far.
And their pants. Their pants, I mean, if you pulled up their shirts, their pants are way above the belly button.
Remember how they walk, too? And let's talk about Guzman and his shirts.
A Cosby sweater-esque type thing.
Yeah.
It looks like if the
suspenders.
TV show Full House was a shirt.
That's a shirt.
Only 1/16 portion.
1/16, but that's just it. It's like I named like 5 other people and just like maybe just a kiss.
I mean, that's on par with some of his children, right? That was a joke about Schwarzenegger's illegitimate children.
Isn't one of his illegitimate children?
One is the maids. One is the dog walkers.
One is the dogs.
One is the dogs. One is my great Aunt Beatrice. I don't know. If Arnold impregnated his great aunt, what would his child be to him? His second cousin?
What is this, Spaceballs? Oh, no!
How did they know they were going to park there? One of the BMWs is replaced with a hoopty for Jack Quaid to get repeatedly punched on during an action sequence.
Altercation.
Get on this milk crate.
This is business.
A race car bed. Little Tyke's race car bed.
Oh, that's cute.
This is a play school factory.
I'm gonna take you to the Toy Master. Each race car bed is filled with bootleg Chinese Legos. Maybe he just said, we're gonna sit right here until you say yes.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, maybe. That would be a scene we didn't see, yeah.
I could stay in this bean factory all week. I don't know about you.
I got nowhere else to be.
I know you have a wedding dress.
Did anybody else notice that he was just wearing a trench coat with no shirt on? And he's just like, I was doing my flashing, and then you call me up and just like,
Did he say that?
Yeah. Oh,
no, he doesn't, but it's like
he's in a shootout, right? And he's like, okay, I feel Kung Fu's coming up. I'm gonna put down my gun and take off my blazer during the shootout. Then I'm gonna pick my gun back up.
It's a code of the streets.
It's a
Of the La Wars.
coat of honor.
Coat of honors?
coat of La Wars.
Coat of honors. See, that's a pun.
You lose.
Wow, that was so clever.
That is not. See, that is not a heroic thing to do.
Oh my god! Wow! Jesus!
Wow! Oh my god! Oh my god! No!
Because it was established Carla knew her way around firearm in the parking structure scene, but she did not know her father was the most famous crime lawyer in the country.
Yeah, that's the most shocking revelation in the film. Over halfway through the movie, all of a sudden we realize that she has no idea that her father is the biggest crime boss in the country.
When he said it was a cutthroat business, I thought he was just being metaphorical.
I thought that noose was decorative.
He called that the Christmas noose.
Nobody watching cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about any of this. What are we doing here? Why are we doing this?
Rich.
Oh, wow.
What is the plot of Unmasking the Idol?
I am absolutely relieved. Jesus. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, thank you, Jay.
I will never forgive you.
Thank you so much, Jay. I appreciate this.
I will never forgive you for this.
From the bottom of my heart. Oh, thank you so much.
I don't know why you're so upset. Robowoman's going to take you 2 seconds to explain.
Yeah, but I gotta talk about the elephant in the room.
Rich has to talk about the baboon in the room.
I'm talking about the baboon in the room.
Yeah.
Duncan Jacks is not related to Basement Jacks, who made a music video where their band members all turned into monkeys.
Nor Duncan Hines, which all of their... What if each ninja style is bred to thieve a different ore?
So Duncan Jacks, he's their top guy. He specializes in gold.
Yeah.
There's like a palladium and
the stealing.
yeah,
The second in
silver.
command is silver.
Blue syringe on your wristband. Setting torch substitute.
Oh, you got enough time.
Is it usual split bet, sir?
Yes. 00 and 7.
Very good, sir.
Oh my god.
Oh, that doesn't work.
That doesn't work.
Maybe the writer was dumb enough to think that was really subtle.
They wouldn't, yeah.
Only the true fans will get this line.
The lead actor, he's only been in 2 films.
We looked him up. He was only in the 2 Duncan Jacks movies, which is weird.
It's not like he's
got less credits than the baboon.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
Who I have to point out had a big role in The Fly, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Remember, they literally dump 2 elderly people who were alive
that was
into
the best scene of the film.
a pool of alligators or
This is a wet dream for any escape artist who ever thought balloon.
Oh,
How are we going to set our spy movie apart from all the other spy movies? Balloons!
Hot air balloons!
He just tensed up. That's all.
The secret agents tell you to not go limp when you fall. Go stiff.
Go stiff.
so you break more bones.
If you're gonna go.
Duncan Jacks, in his bag of spy tricks, has a special chemical bomb that blows up that doesn't make his enemies pass out so he could climb out of the pool and just walk away. It makes him temporarily stunned so he could slowly get away.
Yeah.
In his
Very
own
slowly
private balloon.
float up into the sky.
Come on, get it. Back.
He's not very good at controlling how he throws because he's a baboon.
I'm gonna give
That's
a
fine.
fuck where it goes.
Fuck all y'all.
He's the most intelligent primate on Earth, Jay.
I know.
But he's
It
the
doesn't
You
have
tell
a
him to
good
throw stuff,
throwing
he
arm.
can throw stuff.
Oh, look, he's the best baboon spy of all time.
The best primate spy there is. You should see the least intelligent primate spy. It was a disaster, his first mission.
They went through so many monkeys before they got Boone.
Why do you have a baboon
We
spy?
put him in the tank and he just ran over Duncan Jacks.
This is our 5th Duncan Jacks. And our 43rd baboon.
This is our least intelligent Duncan Jacks.
Teamed up with our most intelligent baboon.
They complement each other perfectly. They do a perfectly adequate job.
They're perfectly in sync.
Oh shit! We crushed a stuntman's head! That's why there were no more Duncan Jacks movies. They flew too close to the sun.
The insurance rates went up so high.
Was Ian Hunter like racked with guilt? And he made a declaration right there on the spot. I am never doing this again. I am done.
I killed the stuntman. I'm leaving acting.
I'm becoming a Michael Bolton impersonator. From here on out, I will play casinos across this great nation.
And I won't blink once.
Oh, I was a mess. I was drugged up. I just didn't care.
Which I thought they were parodying later on when he's in the hot tub and the camera like dollies out and there's like 12 ladies, but then there's a couple guys and that throws it all off. If it just kept dollying back and it was like lady after lady after lady, like that would be funny.
I'm gonna go get in this World War II fighter plane while everybody's escaping in giant hot air balloons and I'm gonna fly around. And Duncan Jacks says,
I think she was going to be a prominent, reoccurring character in the long-running Duncan Jacks saga. She was scheduled to come back in the 5th one.
That was before the ATV accident.
Was this Kevin Feige's first attempt at like setting out a franchise? Unmasking the Idol, Part 5, 1996. And he's got the timeline, and it's like, Kevin, it's over.
It all would have gone off great if we didn't run over that stuntman's head.
The stunt guy's suing the studio.
You're finished, Kevin. You'll never work again. Your career is over.
Yeah, all right. Robert Downey Jr. wants to do this Iron Man thing.
He's a has-been. He's a washout. No one will give a shit if he runs over someone's head. Whatever, we'll try it.
It'll never work, but I'll try it.
Prostitute-loving coke addict wants to make an Iron Man film? Sure.
Iron Man? Nobody cares about superheroes. Whatever.
What about Duncan Jacks 3? Kevin, it's over. It's over, Kevin.
Can we put any ATVs in Iron Man? No!
What about a monkey, a baboon?
They should have put a baboon in Iron Man. That would have been great. That would have been delightful.
If Jarvis was
Look, if this
actually a
works,
little monkey first.
If this works, maybe we'll give you a raccoon.
I'd rather have a talking tree. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here.
All the Marvel Cinematic Universe is unused ideas from Unmasking the Idol sequels.
From the 7 undeveloped Duncan Jacks films.
Yeah.
Oh, what if Duncan Jacks teams up with Zeus?
A guy named Thanos shows up.
And we run over his head with an ATV.
Kevin, you're young, you're plucky, you got a lot of years left in you. Forget the Duncan Jacks stuff. Okay, move on. It's over, the dream's over. Move on to your little Iron Man project. The monkey wants out too.
He's got a starring role in that new Jeff Goldblum movie. He's not gonna make
The Fly was before this.
Oh, shit.
Maybe it was the ATV incident that made Boone walk away from the movie industry as well.
Him and John Landis talked about it at the bar tonight.
Look.
Movie sets are too dangerous.
You're telling me, Babu.
Sucker and his friends tried to use me as
Can we make this black spine?
Feels like I'm watching 9/11 footage.
Yeah, I know.
It's absolutely horrific.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's got a strange fascination to it all the same.
This movie feels like, I want to be a famous actor. I want to be the lead. And it feels like a vanity project.
Continue. He's doing it for me.
Mike, you're doing a great job of passing the buck.
He's doing a great job making you tell this.
Chase a sucker. He's doing it for me. Did she approach the filmmaker, Dustin Ferguson, and say, Dustin, I wanna act again.
Make me a star.
Make me a star, all right.
I have $80,000.
I will give you my 1990s camera.
I'm ready for my far up, Mr. Ferguson.
I almost had a legit spit take. that was a close call.
A little servo sound.
Look, if you were completely blind, you might put up with the giant reticle right in front of your face. The question is,
I see a big square, and I'm fucking psyched. I can actually see that motherfucking square.
I'm okay with it because Mel Novak pulled my eyeballs out.
He's got butt hair on his head, but
in the future, deer are all hair. What?
All bald men have
During the great nature wars of 2022, deers were conquered and turned into hair.
And you got deer. You got a nice head of deer hair. Wisconsin-born deer hair.
You're welcome, Mel Novak.
It's Mel Novak. Thank you, Mel Novak. You were a pioneer in the hair transplant world.
If you're really wealthy, you could afford like a patch of deer that's got like a big antler. It's a status symbol in 2022, 2024.
Here's your loaded gun, and I will now assault you unarmed while you hold this armed gun.
yeah, I don't know if anybody else is into Tai Chi like I am.
Oh, I'm totally into it, yes.
You know, but do you run just into like a space and stand there?
I like that they didn't go out to like the desert in California, which is relatively close.
Not as
Joshua
close.
Tree is so fucking.
The Vasquez Rocks.
Vasquez Rocks. They go out to like where like construction equipment has paved the dirt for like a new housing development. And it's like, and you see like, while there is a VHS on display, there's a beautiful...
For some reason, this VHS looked like Blu-ray quality when we watched it. I don't know how that works, but...
Beautiful Blu-ray transfer done by our friends at Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah, this VHS copy. I don't know how they did it.
Don't worry if you're not following the exercises perfectly. Just keep moving and have fun.
Well, that's it. That's our last film. That we're ready to spin.
Oh no, she's going into video world.
Oh. Ah! Oh my God, the devil?
The devil has appeared.
You have pushed the wrong button.
Who made this?
Scathes.
Was that a word? What? What did you just say?
Scathes.
We're here because of the providence of the Lord.
Nope.
Why did this woman agree to do this?
I thought he took that off of his face already and it was on the floor.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Why?
For money?
What?
You're not supposed to get it wet, honey.
Cash.
But
Sweet
money.
how much cash?
A lot of money.
She's doing it for non-fungible tokens.
Happy 100?
Happy?
I mean,
Happy the word you want to use?
This was like getting to the top of Mount Everest and finding another smaller mountain. I don't quite know how to say it.
But the point when you live on Walden's Pond, what do you think you're doing when you go into your log cabin and there's nothing else to do?
That's true. Oh, do you think Walt Whitman was just spanking it? My beard is full of birds. How do you look?
Jack, would you like to tell us how to have cyber sex on the internet?
Son of a bitch, Rich, you did it.
Nice job, my friend.
Proud of you.
Happy 100, everyone.
I'm 105 pounds. Petite.
Pete.
Yeah, you're kind of petty.
My name is Pete. I'm trying to say I'm Pete.
Had fuck you slow and very, very hard until you begged me to stop. But I think he might have gotten a phone call.
I don't know, if you're gonna script out cyber sex, you're not gonna say
The user logged off?
the user logged off.
Yeah.
Which happened repeatedly.
I am lady? I am lady?
Meet me, I am lady. Hi, baby. Just for the record, I am lady.
That would
That's the best
immediately
kind.
make me think that you were neither a lady nor a female.
I swear to God, no penis, am lady.
Have lady bits. Oh.
Oh, dang. You know, treat me as one of these ladies with the boobs. What sort of angle should I be sitting at? Kind of like at this?
Well, it depends on where the camera is.
Like how far down should I slouch? All right.
Hold on 1 second. Jay's here.
1 second.
Listen, Jay's here to finish us all off on cyber sex.
So I was told I was supposed to come here to talk about how much of a pervert Rich Evans is.
Oh yeah. I am cumin.
It's like
Jack, let's think about it this way. You have one money and no camera. No, wait, the other way around.
No, you were right.
Yeah.
One money, no camera.
One money, no camera.
Yeah, I picked this one out, and man, it's a trip. I'm sure that if we could understand the math involved behind this, it would be fascinating.
But we don't understand the math in this.
Not a word.
It's just confusing.
Not a word. So what we did was we looked at the pretty lines, and then we turned it off.
If they can make Betty Boop dance, they can
Okay.
make lines dance.
Okay.
They can make 4-line comics.
They're very straight lines.
They used a protractor probably. A protractor and a T-square.
That took 6 weeks to render.
take that, Pixar.
Like when it says like the basics, you think like, okay, you type C:/directory to get the.
It's more of a fantasy story. It's like a fantastical mystery tale of magic and wonder. And it doesn't have any connection to reality.
Jack Torrance was fucking Danny.
No.
Everybody knows.
That's a theory.
Everybody knows
that.
the subtext of The Shining.
Fuck that shit.
Fuck subtext.
Everyone knows what The Shining is really about.
It's about the moon landing, Mike. Shut up.
Did you see Danny's sweater?
Jack Torrance was the bear.
Close the door. Close the door.
We're talking about Stanley Kubrick, which is appropriate for this video because there are
It
very
does feel like The
Kubrickian
Shining.
elements to it.
This
Yeah.
computer training video does feel like The Shining.
It is not
How
anything.
many people have said that?
It is not anything close to what we would have expected from a video like this.
This computer video does feel like The Shining. I'm gonna quote that, right?
When they re-release this on Blu-ray, that'll be on the box.
Do you remember that scene in The Shining where they explained that Ram was made out of sand?
Oh yeah, it was great.
When the caretaker got killed with an axe when he was trying to explain what a disk drive does?
That's what it was. Jesus.
Random access memory. Random access memory.
Oh Jesus.
If you find the devil, it's okay because also inside your computer is an exorcist.
Oh, thank goodness.
Or a conductor.
He might be a conductor.
Comme ci, comme ça.
Yeah, he could be both. We don't know. I was just surprised that anyone was in there at all.
All right, so Monsters of Rock and Roar is a monster truck rally.
Okay, bye.
Oh my God.
You're back in, Mike.
Glad I could get away.
Pulling me back in.
You used to tell me that all the time back in high school.
I know.
You talked about it constantly, how irritated you were by those lousy skays. Camera skays.
Someday take them out. Someday.
You're a
someday.
skays basher.
I'm gonna stop those skaves and their homeschooling.
You know, when you think about it, this whole show is kind of a one giant wake for VHS. we all gather around this table and we reminisce about the good times.
And we're usually miserable while doing it.
Yeah, just like a wake.
Like a wake.
Mike, art preservation is not always pretty, but
that's
that's
true.
what we're committed to here.
True, yeah.
Preservation of art. Oh, this is Monsters of Rock and Roll. We're committed to the preservation of art.
Jack, did you do something funny?
Can you hear me?
Oh no.
Dylan, what's going on? Talk to me.
Stay away from me.
Oh my god. That was a scene.
Look at his mic stand. Look at his PVC
It's
pipe
made out
mic
of, yeah.
stand.
I have discovered more information than any hacker ever has. Ever.
What did you find?
Gonna shock you.
Here are the files.
Oh, because.
I am resigning today as your senator. The people who elected me deserve someone who cares about them.
Is this guy gonna kill himself too?
Oh God, how many barbed wires are we gonna get?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's gonna hang himself!
In Neil Breen's bedroom. Look at how happy Neil Breen is! Look at how happy he is!
Releasing these files today. We're not in danger. It will identify governments and corporations that have committed fraudulent and criminal activities against mankind. These people must be punished. Immediately.
I resign today as president of the bank.
Oh no.
President of the bank! Kill yourself!
Yeah!
Stop killing yourself!
And other insurance companies are about to be indicted for crimes we've committed.
The people.
Are they gonna shoot each other?
Ooh, there you go.
Hey!
Kill yourself!
That's the same garage as the Ferrari was
Yeah, it's Neil Breen's garage.
Yeah.
Why would you roll the
Is that
window
the Ferrari? Victory pills.
He has
Wow,
a real problem.
Those pills worked fucking quick.
Look at that shit!
Buddy. Down the street. Down the street, not across, my friend.
And they're all hanging out on the side with big smiles on their faces. Big smiles on their faces.
Oh, he's gonna expose us.
And it's the weirdest thing
He
because
doesn't say what dirt he has. He just says, I have all of the dirt on the bank.
it's just the division. It's the clear division. It's the clear division of love story, libertarian fantasy.
I was gonna say pass through.
I mean,
It is
I
so
mean,
is
the best and
pass.
the worst for this episode is pass through. Yes, absolutely.
Rich, what happens when you make a cult movie that never develops a cult?
Wow.
Ice Pirates, I think, has endured a tiny bit, just because the director of it also directed Mac and Me and Tammy and the T-Rex.
Okay.
So people say, oh, Tammy and the T-Rex, that's a crazy movie. Did you know the guy that made that also made Ice Pirates?
Star Wars is popular. Oh, Star Wars is expensive to film. Mad Max is popular.
They just shot that in the desert. We can do that. Throw some shit around.
That first one there on the end, that's some decent cover art. Yeah, no, this is what I remember in the video store.
Okay.
This is what I rented multiple times, Jay.
That's the one that makes it look like an exciting space adventure film. As opposed to the other ones, which are just like, before we get any further, let's explain what this movie is.
Oh yeah, you know what? That's probably a good idea before we get into
people
it.
are like, what are they talking about? Her name is Chalmers, Super Nintendo Chalmers. And something where there's a reason they're worth so much.
Yeah.
Although maybe 3,000 space bucks isn't a lot. But this guy, it's enough for this guy.
He's so broke.
He's so broke.
He's more charming than our hero. He's more competent than our hero. Smarter than our hero.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that trend of like trying to, like movies like the beginning credits, which I wanted to point out, I think might have been an optical mistake, where I think it was supposed to be like Spacehunter and then Adventures of the Forbidden Zone comes out underneath it, so it's together. And they just fucked up and it was too expensive to redo it. That's how it looks. It looks like a mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, it's credits.
It's just the title of the film.
It's just the title of the film, Jay.
So there's no action music for the big action scene, but then there's rousing action music when he's forcing Molly Ringwald to take a bath. That's such a weird choice.
That's an uncomfortable scene, too.
A little bit, yeah. He's kind of a sex pervert. Like when the space babes get sent to him and he's like, take off their clothes.
Yes. Producer saw that and like, what the fuck? Star Wars is big now. Why are we making this creep thing?
Why are we making a sex pervert film in space?
We're redoing this. Get on the Bernstein. Have him whip something together. He's got 3 weeks.
Just take a couple pieces of his Ghostbusters score he's working on. Throw it in there.
I found the Siskel and Ebert review of this.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and
the only time we ever bring up Siskel and Ebert on the show is when we talk about reviews that they hate. Like I always bring them up because they had notoriously bad takes on horror movies. Yeah, I would say in relation to Charles Band, this is a compliment to Charles Band to say this movie looks like a Charles Band film. It's an insult to Ivan Reitman to say it looks like a Charles Band film.
I have some amount of sympathy for her growing up on this fucked up planet.
Filled with disease-ridden creeps.
Filled with disease-ridden creeps, diaper babies from Nothing But Trouble.
I was going to mention that exact same thing. They look like Dan Aykroyd from Nothing But Trouble. The most interesting thing about Mac and Me is the original ending.
What was the original ending of Mac and Me?
Oh, the fucking kid in the wheelchair gets shot by a cop and dies.
Are you kidding?
And then Mac has to bring him back to life with his magical powers.
Oh. Well.
Yeah, no, he doesn't die permanently. But you do see him like wheeling towards Mac and his magical alien family.
Here's my memory of Mac and Me. When I was in grade school, it was a reward for something. The school got to watch Mac and Me.
Oh, that's not much of a reward.
No, and especially because I had already seen it and I knew. It was a terrible, terrible day, Jay.
They're in like a pit. It's one of the other times they meet up with Ernie Hudson.
Yeah.
And there's all these little like Jason Voorhees babies surrounding them. They're like whistling at him.
So I actually kind of was expecting it to be charming.
Okay.
More charming than it is.
Maybe one of those like, underseen, underrated gems.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not that.
It's pyrite.
It's what?
It's fool's gold. It's pyrite.
Oh, it's pyrite.
Yeah.
I thought you said pirate. I was thinking of the pirate ship. I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, it falls between the cracks of, like we mentioned, all the Mad Max ripoffs. I have some of them here. These were big in Italy.
It's like it was scientifically designed to be forgettable. I'm not kidding. This and Avatar. Both 3D movies.
That's true. That's true. When are the 12 sequels to Spacehunter going to come out?
Well, they've been working on them for the last 30 years, Jay.
Just like James Cameron.
Just like James Cameron and
all
the
those Avatar sequels, they'll be coming eventually. In an ironic twist of fate, the Spacehunter sequel and the Avatar sequel will come out the same year. Spacehunter will come out a week before. It's like poetry, it rhymes.
Jay, you personally are going to be the man responsible for bringing back the dodo bird. And I will be personally responsible for the suffering of thousands of women and children.
Which punk rock legend guest starred as Yelgrun in The Magnificent Ferengi?
I know this one. Can I answer?
Do I have the option of passing it to Jay out of charity?
You know what? You can do that if you want.
All right. Jay?
Iggy Pop.
Correct!
Yes! Jay got one. Got one!
Got one.
Can all the questions be about Iggy Pop?
What nickname does the Ferengi bartender Quark call his mother? Correct! According to Klingons,
Mookie.
where do the...
Nuki?
Mookie.
Oh, Mookie.
What was Commander Riker's father's name? Jay.
Riker Sr.
You know what? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna give him that.
You only gave me half the points for Edith. It's Kyle Riker. You fuck.
Kyle Riker Sr. That's what I said.
He just got it.
Kyle, no,
He
now,
clearly
now
just
he
got
said
it.
Kyle Riker Sr., which doesn't make any sense.
What is the name of Captain Kirk's brother who died during a parasite? Jay.
Tom Paris.
Incorrect. Who was Captain Proton's arch enemy?
It was like the Ming the Merciless character. What was his name?
That is. You correctly said what the question was. What command was Riker offered just prior to the Borg attack at Wolf 359? Mike.
The Ares? No. The.
Incorrect.
No, hold on a second. Give me the first letter.
M.
The Melbourne. Duh.
Yeah, he totally knew that.
I did though. You gave me the first letter. Of course I know it.
Yes, you knew that after I told you part of the answer.
A letter isn't that big of a clue. Of course I know.
Now I'm gonna walk over here and talk to you while we go mute and the credits roll. You did fantastic today. Did you see his fucking score? It was ridiculous. It's negative so much money.
Don't you scream these people?
I don't know why this was gonna help me not get COVID, but I wanted to do my part.
It's strange that it came down to just you having to wear that.
Oh, this is glorious.
Oh.
This is glorious.
Okay.
It's an acronym.
Oh, yes, it should be with the asterisks.
Do you want to know what APE stands for?
Desperately.
Attacking primate monster.
I see what kind of movie we're in for. Okay, all right.
Yeah. Is loose after battling a very large snake. And a very large snake. Oh, okay. The snake is very large.
Quite big.
And it's a VLSK. And a giant white shark. Okay, let's go watch.
Okay.
Where's the ape? Why isn't everybody talking about the ape?
Yeah, that seems like it'd be pretty big news.
You think literally everyone would be talking about the fucking ape?
It happened in a remote fishing village, Rich. And this is
News
before the
hasn't
internet.
reached.
But it's a giant ape. That news travels fast.
Korea's not that big of a country. Non-stop action suspense story of today's brutal drug wars.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
But Frank knows a lot more than he's letting on. He knows about the secret bomb. He knows about the illegal money.
Bomb?
Yeah.
I guess.
He knows about the illegal money.
The last time we had Frank Malone and Cameron Mitchell in a movie together, we got closed the fucking doors.
We did. And that was Frank Stallone.
What did I say?
You said Frank Malone.
Frank Malone.
It sounds like a name. I'm not.
First appearance of Frank Malone.
He's the father of Post.
Oh, yeah.
Jay, what the hell's going on?
I don't know.
You don't know or you don't want to tell me? Let him in. I want to find out.
No!
I have good instincts about stuff.
I think Rich might be right.
They're trying to fake the husband's death.
No, that he has.
Of a split personality?
Yeah.
No.
That's too much for this movie.
It's like fucking Fight Club, right?
Jesus Christ, no way.
We're rapidly heading towards a fork in the road to to extremely stupid or pretty stupid.
Yes.
Yeah, one of the two. I'm not sure which way we're going.
And I'm not sure which is which either.
No, I really don't know.
Garrett Sayer, SWAT commander in Death Penalty. Oh, him.
Yeah, death penalty. No, that's not there.
That's not there. Well, we didn't get lucky that time.
This is what you've done with your life. This is what you've done with your life.
I don't know. You're older, and younger guys I can control. I can't control you.
You're too much man for me, cop man. You're a cop and you're a man.
He looks like he's about to get caught by Chris Hansen. Have
a seat.
That nervous look. If he's not sure. Ape. I saw it there, and I said, "What is this, Ape? What is this?" I don't know. The cover speaks for itself.
Does it though?
It's a
I mean, it
beautiful
kinda
cover,
does.
and we have.
Oh, hit the camera! Wow!
Holy shit!
Don't hit the camera, Bill. It's bigger than a schooner,
but not by much.
It's enough to hold a 36-foot tall ape in its cargo hold.
As we find out.
Almost 36 feet tall. Wow.
He's barely getting his lines out.
He's very slowly releasing his lines for the world to hear.
That's beautiful.
That unrelated toy boat is in trouble too.
Oh, jeez.
Holy shit!
Whoa!
Oh shit!
They went for it.
Well, they'd been practicing him for show business for when they take him on tour.
Yes.
They've been teaching him how to dance.
Oh, he was going to be out front of Epcot with the bands.
Dancing with Mickey Mouse.
just voguing it up. Just, woo-wah.
I think it could have encountered the world's last existing megalodon.
That's
entirely possible.
Either way, Ape has the advantage because that shark is already fucking dead.
Yeah. And eventually it tears the shark's face open and we move on.
It's called the 80s blur.
Yeah.
Completely
I
understandable.
often confuse Mr. Belvedere for Alf.
When Alf was actually physically incapable of sitting on his own balls.
They're both obnoxious creatures that move in with a family and won't stop eating.
But only one of them admits to eating cats.
I was going to say one ate and one stayed far away from it.
She's making like a rape movie.
Yeah, the only thing we know about this movie is that...
Jay, come on, it's one scene in a whole film.
It's
You
two
don't know-
scenes.
He's extremely incompetent.
He has no power.
In terms of oh gosh, if the North Koreans decided to invade, this guy would find out about 7 hours later.
Yeah, someone would call.
He would disregard all reports.
The person we never see on the other end of the phone. President Nixon himself.
I dropped the ape in the Vietnam War. Sure, the Vietnam War's over. Help my wife play with a marionette for my children.
For a long time.
While you uncomfortably look around as an ape smashes buildings.
Yeah.
It's very much.
There were three distinct directions for the ape. Direction 1 was you're mad. Direction 2 is you're confused. Direction 3 is you're looking for Joanna Kearns.
Well, direction 4 is just dance.
And then direction 4 was just, hey, now it's time to dance, buddy.
They just filmed that on like his way out to the car. He wasn't in the same woods everyone else is in.
He was heading to the liquor store.
Mike, the duty free in the airport. Hey.
Order the 3rd and 4th Battalion to reinforce the Korean perimeter around Seoul. What?
What? Do you believe in the ape yet?
The ape knows what the middle finger gesture means. This is bullshit.
When did
Could
the
have
plane
like an
land?
actual
1958,
Yeah.
something like that, right?
He could have like a painful backstory.
Yeah. My wife left me during the war. I've been post here, and all I do is drink bourbon.
We crashed into the jungle and my entire squad was wiped out by apes.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yes, I hate apes. I hate them.
Well, now I got this desk job.
Now I got this desk
What's
job.
that? An ape?
He fought in Iwo Jima, right? And they were being very quiet, and a local chimpanzee went, and then all the Japanese
Got his whole
got up
squad killed.
and they got his whole squad killed.
And I never trusted a monkey since.
Oh, I got it right in the nipple. Yeah, that's good. He's speaking of blood. We're making progress. Now he's dancing again.
Take the good, you take the bad, you take the ape, and there you got the facts of life. That's the one.
Kirk Cameron doesn't believe in evolution. We can't have an ape on the show.
We've got to fire the ape.
We gotta fire the ape.
The ape was in Playboy. Kirk Cameron doesn't want him on set. Show me a smile again.
Throwing her around like nobody's business.
It looks like he's trying to shove her up his ass.
Oh no! Please, not there, not there.
Here's the ultra quick synopsis of Easy Kill. It's like Alex Kurtzman wrote a noir thriller with only 3.5 characters.
Without a pre-established franchise to ruin. AKA Silence of the Lambs.
Unless this
Star
takes
Trek.
place in the Terror from Beverly Hills universe.
It does share some actors.
You met him once before. The old factory in South Street.
The old bean factory.
We're going to the old factory.
I hope it's the same location.
Cameron Mitchell, Old Factory.
Oh, well, there's Cameron
Mitchell?
He's
the
bartender.
Oh, that's a different role for him.
No, they couldn't stop him from just going right for the bar.
He's in another scene later. It's a different game.
This is not his role. He's just there. Oh, you got him. Oh, pardon me.
And our femme fatale says, "I'm okay. Leave me alone."
Fuck off, Frank Stallone. That should be the title of the movie.
Stop sniffing my shoes, Frank Stallone.
Frank Stallone, being our hero and very concerned, drives to her house uninvited.
Lets himself
in.
For a big shower.
Takes a shower. Sniffs her shoes. Sleeps on her bed.
Looks through her purse.
He makes sure she's okay because he's a very nice, heroic man.
He's very concerned.
And then he comes back the next day, just to keep checking in on her uninvited.
You could smell more of my shoes.
You're implying she would ask him before he just joined her in her bed.
He's gonna be standing there in the doorway.
He's gonna walk in.
I'm gonna take a shower. Also, maybe have a dump.
Listen, you have a place where I can clean up?
Yes! He's showering!
It's happening!
The jokes are real!
I'm ready for the 50-minute scene with him just taking a crap. That's what's next.
Frank, you dumped before the shower.
I didn't have to.
You're wearing your bathrobe.
You like it?
Rich,
Frank Stallone.
Hold on. You just said Frank Stallone more times than any casting agent in Hollywood history.
He said Frank Stallone more times than Sylvester's ever said it.
or Jackie.
Just make yourself at home, Frank.
I thought he was just like brushing his face. He just got out of control. Brushing his teeth. He's like, oh God.
Let's see, where's her tampons?
He's gonna start sniffing those.
But no, at the end, she's really still going to also kill Frank Stallone for some reason. I don't know why.
Because she could get the $10,000 or $10 million life insurance.
She could have got that just by killing the husband.
Yeah, she fucked that up. She fucked that up hard.
She double-crossed herself so much she got cross-eyed.
Yeah.
She lost track of what was going on herself.
She lost track of the plot of the film.
So at the end of the movie,
Women can't comprehend double crosses or running away from giant apes.
they don't.
Things ladies don't do.
And they're also irresistibly mesmerized by police officers.
Oh,
But
Lord.
That's a different story.
He didn't know and this was just an accident? That can't possibly be true.
I can't wait to find out.
Now I am on the edge of my seat.
How stupid is Frank Stallone?
Would this movie have been better if instead of Frank Stallone, it just starred Ernest? The exact same movie, same tone, but it's just Ernest.
Mr. Bean.
Yes. Mr. Bean.
Oh, that Listen.
What if he never said a single line of
No,
dialogue?
he's just walking like he kind of gets his.
He's like sniffing her shoes, then he starts doing pratfalls.
Is there a scene where he's like with a briefcase? Like,
he like falls into the closet and discovers the suitcases.
The scene where he discovers that she's committed suicide would be a lot more hilarious.
He's trying to like bandage her wrist. He's like covered in like.
He gets the rest around his head.
All right, Rowan Atkinson, let's get going.
not so easy kill.
Not so easy kill.
Sorry, Rowan Atkinson. You get caught up in a film noir plot about a femme fatale and her drug lord husband.
Because he looks just like her ultra suave drug dealer husband.
They look nothing alike.
Oh, Johnny whatever?
You look just like my husband. He's like this super handsome man.
It's like Brad Pitt.
Any second now. Think we're looking for a Brad Pitt lookalike.
Oh, Mr. Bean has the same name as somebody who looks just like Brad Pitt. So it's a mistake.
Oh, this is good. This is good.
She's like helping him along, telling him what's going on. Now you're gonna hold this briefcase and you're gonna get on the plane. This is the one that's not gonna blow up, because I'm gonna blow up the other one in the car. And he's just confused.
And he's got a turkey on his head for some reason. He doesn't know.
There's a clear disconnect between what the filmmaker intended and what is fucking going on in this movie. Dishonorable Men should be the title. He decided to make a movie about what it's like to be a cop and also a because the movie
Jay, an honorable
honorable should be the title.
Listen,
of the
guys,
film.
I don't know why you keep saying the word because it's getting bleeped out and there's a black box over your mouth.
Well, that's the thing is, yeah, he plays a character named Ryan's Babe, who is a cop.
Hi, this is Mandy.
Hi, Mandy.
I just called to say hi.
Oh boy.
Thanks for helping me with all my reports.
Oh, God, no! Oh, God, no!
Mandy, don't do it.
He's got so much work to do killing black men that he doesn't know how he can handle all these
He
young
has
women.
more dilemmas than Woody Allen.
No! I gotta add two things to that spiel.
At least
Jay.
he's not fucking his own daughter.
No, he's fucking his friend's daughter.
Yeah, he's fucking his best friend's daughter.
Yeah.
He's one of the two acceptable professions.
There's cop and military man.
Cop and military man. Those are the two.
He's both.
Yeah, he has military background. Yeah.
You cop? Yeah. You ex-Navy? Yep. You can fuck my daughter.
Sounds good.
Let's
Get
have
in
some
there.
spaghetti.
Thank you for your service. Now service my daughter.
Some spaghetti. But it's funny you mentioned Drew Barrymore because they go to see a movie called Never Been Kissed.
Yeah.
Which
Because of course
Rich Evans and I were in.
Is that a fact?
Yes.
That's a fact.
We were extras. Film extras.
We were. And they put me on the swings that went
For
around.
17 hours?
Yeah, for about 2 hours, and I said,
Oh,
"Get me off the
fuck.
swings." I said, I gotta throw up. I didn't know where Rich Evans was, and I was like, "Stop!"
Where were you, Rich?
I was just in a crowd with a complete. Literally, they put me together with like a complete stranger, and we're holding like a balloon.
Yeah. But I was like, "Get me off the swings! I gotta throw up." And then, so I was like, "I gotta sit down. I gotta sit down." I sat down, and I was like, "Oh my God, I seriously felt like I was gonna throw up." And I was like, "Oh, I don't give two flying fucks anymore. I just want to go home. I don't care. I'm gonna fucking vomit on Drew Barrymore. I just want to leave." And so the next day I called up because it was for 2 more days to shoot the scene on Navy Pier. And I called up the guy who was in charge of the casting. I said, "Me and my friend Rich Evans are not coming back to be in your film, Never Been Kissed, because it was awful. It was a terrible experience." And he's like, "Hold on, you fucking asshole. I'm gonna put you I'm gonna put you on the call with the director of the film."
What the fuck? What?
Yes. He was like threatening me. He's like, "Where were you standing? Because wherever you were standing, it's gonna cause a continuity error. and Drew Barrymore's not going to be very happy about continuity errors. And he's like, I'm going to put you on the phone with the director.
That's when you just go.
And I said, I'm not showing up. I said, me and Rich Evans are not showing up. And I hung up the phone. That was the end of that.
You should have stayed on and talked to the director and explained what the problem was.
He wanted to put me on the phone with the director of the film. It was an empty threat. It wasn't real.
He was not going to put you on the phone
But
with
I
the
told
director.
him, me and Rich Evans, we're not coming back and we're not getting on your rides.
Oh, Jesus.
Because it made me sick. Mandy, you're drunk.
Oh, no!
Leave Ryan alone. He's an honorable man.
You're drunk and you're in your 90s grunge phase.
Yeah. I've been watching So-Called Live all day long. Let me in. Yeah.
Cop power! Yay!
Whites get it done.
How much more of this bullshit is there?
2 hours.
God damn it.
This is a 4-hour-long movie. It's Peter Jackson's Honorable Men. Honorable Hobbit.
He's using forced perspective to make the girls look a little bit bigger.
Because she had the tummy problem, remember?
Oh, that's right. She had a tummy ache.
It was called VLD, very long digestion of spaghetti. VLDS. It's a very common syndrome that occurs in Virginia. I had to consult with my very best friend of 25 years, Rich Evans.
Listen, you've never been kissed co-star.
Never been kissed co-star. We were in a Drew Barrymore film together.
We've been through hell together, Mike. Get Even is the most embarrassing vanity project.
I want to hold you back on this.
This is the most uncomfortable vanity project. This is like gawking at a car wreck, where a bus full of crashed into a bus full of teenage girls. Oh, I thought he was looking around. I thought he was going to start reaching his hand under his shirt.
It wouldn't be surprising.
He's an honorable man.
He's an honorable man.
He just wanted to make sure no one knows around because he came in his pants.
Honorable men only have sex with when it's consensual. Okay.
Which it never is.
At no point during the production of the film did anyone say, hey, don't do this.
Right.
Yeah.
There was no one to say no. Jay?
It's honorable men. I don't feel good about this, but it's honorable men.
What a pervert.
Ape, 100%, sure. That's a super fun movie you could show to your friends.
Yeah, when the military guys are talking, that's when everybody gets drinks or nachos.
Yes. Totally
Take
makes
a little
sense.
break.
Yeah.
Come back for the ape miniature action.
You have no point to leave during honorable men because you're going to miss something fucking weird.
Yeah. Easy Kill ended up just pissing us off.
During my cleaning, I uncovered something. My Jerry Springer book called Ringmaster, which mostly contains pictures and large print text. I went to Best Buy in the Chicagoland area.
He had a book signing at Best Buy.
He had a book signing at Best Buy. Rich and I would film like home movies after school.
Yeah.
Like we'd make little short comedy videos in my parents' basement, and every day we would come home from school, we'd pick up lunch and we'd watch Jerry Springer. But we watched Jerry Springer during the heyday.
And the trash would yell and scream at each other.
And fight.
And then he'd just stand there like,
I remember one episode very specifically where on the left side of the stage was a black family, and on the right side of the stage were Ku Klux Klan members. and he was the mayor of Cincinnati, and I think what ended his career was that he had sex with a prostitute, and he got caught because he paid her with a check.
I don't know what somebody's motive would be to go on that show, just to degrade themselves that way?
Maybe they get more than an Applebee's gift card. Maybe they get a couple $100.
So yeah, that's just a little recap on Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer show titles. I guess the first.
That's how you fill a book up, I guess.
Sure. Pictures, large print. Children face death. AIDS as a weapon. 4 is enough. I'm assuming that's for kids, right?
That was before 19 and counting.
Oh, this one's on your birthday.
Oh.
My kid won't stop eating.
Oh, that was me. I was little known fact. I was on an episode of Jerry Springer.
I gave myself an abortion. The next episode is just called Incest. Do fat people make better lovers? My fiance won't marry me until I stop stripping. Jerry joins the homeless. I check the mail 50 times a day. They stole my husband's eyes. Defending your family without a gun. Baseball bats, rakes, I don't know. I woke up in the morgue. Mommy, won't you pay my child support? I turned my head and my child is dead.
Oh, God.
The lottery will send you to hell. The Lord has ruined my life. You ready for the next one?
You know what? It sounds like I need to brace myself.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay.
I don't even know if I can read this without laughing. A ghost threw me down the stairs. A whole show about a ghost. Topless dancers and their sins. Okay. The next two are great. You ready?
Okay. Okay.
I worshipped Satan at age 6.
Okay.
Child alcoholics.
Oh, why are you laughing?
I don't know.
That's so sad. That's so sad.
Adoption reunions gone bad.
These aren't even jokes, Mike.
No, these are real episodes. TV is too tame nowadays. I married a PMS monster. Next one is just aliens.
Oh, that's pretty. You know what? That's pretty tame compared to weaponized AIDS. It's pretty tame.
My doctor never went to med school. I hate the way my sister dresses. Well, get ready for the next one.
Okay.
I do drugs at church. Do-it-yourself abortions.
Again?
No, the other one was...
I gave myself an abortion.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
now it's more than one. Now
they're starting to repeat
now it's a
topics.
franchise.
Now, May 7th, 1992, the Rodney King verdict. I don't know if they...
I'm sure, you know what? I'm sure he handled it in a delicate and sensitive manner.
That episode is followed by homosexual Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
I was duped by a sailor. My parrot runs my life.
Now you're talking.
I'm constantly buying crackers. September 5th, 1996. We live in a car. The very next day, we still live in a car. Nothing's changed in a day. They like had to have a construction team like cut the wall out and move them out with a forklift.
That sounds more like a Donahue topic.
Hey, Jerry's done it all. I'm proud to be a prostitute. Oh, black supremacists versus white supremacists. I'm 16 and my husband is 36. Yeah. They had Seinfeld on an episode. I'm 7 months pregnant and I can't stop stripping. It's
Sleaze.
the sleaze is less specific and it's starting to just smear. You know what I mean? I want to join a suicide cult. You just kill yourself. Clanfrontation.
Oh, God.
I refuse to wear clothes.
Transgender baby daddy drama. Lesbian wedding crashed. Transgender triangles. Leaving baby mama for a stripper.
There has never been someone just so blatantly sleazy.
Yeah, he ruined a lot of people's lives. But, you know, all those people that got beat up on TV for an Applebee's gift card.
I don't know what, well, I know what it was. It was the robot in the movie, but I think I might have rented Ice Pirates from the store like 4 times when I was like 5.
Okay. I guess that's appropriate because this is a movie that partially feels like it was made by a 5-year-old. By the end, which we'll get into that ending, it crescendos into complete anarchy and is almost brilliant by the very end. And the only reason I think I even know his name is because he's name dropped in the Quentin Tarantino movie Death Proof. Kurt Russell's character is a stuntman, and he mentions like, I used to be Robert Urig's stunt double. I think that's the only reason I know his name. I need to watch it now though, after catching up with Stuart Raffle's other films, because I'm convinced he may be kind of a genius. In the realm of fuck it movies. Movies where he's just like, screw it.
Jay, maybe he's trying really, really hard and he's just awful.
Well, that's why I say I'm stuck in an irony vortex with this movie. Robert Urich is just like, can I make a line where I'm upset that we don't rape and pillage anymore? And look down the dress of our female protagonist?
Who is unconscious.
Who's unconscious.
Yeah.
And then steal her unconscious body for really no reason.
One of like 3 noteworthy Milwaukee graves.
Who are the other 2?
Patrick Cudahy. And that's it, really.
That's it, yeah.
That's it.
The guy is famous for bacon and Sloth from the Goonies.
Look, the guy is famous for bacon. He has a really big shrine.
That's
okay?
true. That's true. Do you think his casket is made out of bacon? And he has like this little device that he'll stab into someone's back and it sucks all the water out of the human body. So then he just has jugs of water from that.
The end bit is they get into a time warp and they're aging super fast while they're all fighting.
Which is introduced earlier in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Setups and payoffs. They didn't do it with the herpes, but they did it with this, yeah. There's one shot where it's just like, this is ridiculous. With robots behind her and little warthogs and mules, and it's all on a spaceship, and it's just so bizarre. And that was my favorite visual, was when the princess comes out of her room. They're stuck in the time warp, and there's just a skeleton in the maid costume.
That's funny and horrific.
Yeah. Oh, it was great.
Would you like to hold him?
No, I've got some other problems I have to take care of. Sorry about that.
If you cut off the last 30 seconds of this movie, it would have the most perfect ending in film history.
So you would just end it with them being like 80 years old.
Yes.
Yeah.
Robert Urich's his own son. He's like, I saved the day, Dad. Cut to credits. Apparently, Max von Sydow is in that scene somewhere. That's a sign of a good cameo when you can't even recognize the actor.
Maybe he was the guy on the toilet.
He was the guy in the alien mask.
He's the guy in the alien mask.
I won an Academy Award.
You know what? He won an Academy Award. He can do what he wants.
That's true.
You doing some Ice Pirates film? Yeah, right.
And she's someone in this movie that is not in on the joke. She plays this so serious. And that's just, maybe that's just a testament to her as a serious actress, I don't know, but I did like the first big action scene, the first sword swashbuckling scene. Takes place in a tiny office. Like, I thought that was funny. They're like cramped in this tiny little room. I like the one robot that has, he's got like a bolt right in the center of his chest and he pulls it out and just collapses.
Yeah, it looks real good.
At one point, they didn't even have a set and they said, just fill the room with fog.
I think that was a planet, Jay.
That was just...
That was a planet that was just fog.
That was a room in a warehouse that they couldn't afford to build a set, so they just sprayed the whole thing down with fog. He's Ian Abercrombie, he was the wizard in Army of Darkness. He was Mr. Pip on Seinfeld. I can guarantee he was on Star Trek. I couldn't tell you what Star Trek, but I know he was on it. Everyone was on Star Trek. There's no way he was not.
Was her mother an extra?
That could be.
That could be. Kristen Wiig's mother. See, Kristen Wiig's mother in Ice Pirates.
Top billed.
Top billed.
She's more famous than Robert Urich. I appreciate the level of self-sabotage, of just, we're gonna try it all.
They let their childhoods go. We're still playing with our action figures.
That's because they grew into adults, and our generation never did. We're a generation of man-children.
Wow, wow, wibble, wobble, wazzy, woodle, woo. Also known as the clitoris.
You know, I can't top that bit.
10 crunchy carrots with Charlotte Diamond.
And David Carey.
I got a message for you. Don't look in the closet. All right, and now the new one by the Screeching
That's a
Maniacs.
message for David Carradines made.
I sent the message to the wrong person.
Sounds like Andy Kaufman.
Some of the modern types of clowns
Yeah.
that you may be interested in becoming.
Oh my God, he just wanted to be a clown.
Yeah.
That's why he faked his death.
They came back as T-Bone the Clown.
First, you have to decide what kind of clown you want to be.
You mean there's different kinds of clowns?
Oh, yeah.
Scary or really scary?
The first type of clown is the white face.
That's his chi. He's moving it around. Where'd it go?
I don't know what I just did. where's my $50?
They forgot to cut that out.
With the idea of how you can manipulate the stick to and fro, not just side to side, so that it has a rotation and life of itself that way as well. Big you get.
Say you look like an asshole.
We're running out of good tapes. I mean, we're
Clearly.
Wibble, wiggle, wazzle, woodle, woo.
Voodoo-eyed?
Since you're... You know what? Fuck it, Jay. Tell us about
Oh,
Wiggle,
God
Woozle.
damn it. Okay, Tim Noah is a complete failure on every level.
This is when the audience starts going nuts in his head.
Oh my God, we got pyrotechnics.
Paid all that money for your schooling, your songwriting schooling. You're gonna be a star.
Get out there and sing, you bastard.
Mom, I just want to be a sandwich artist.
The old man looks like, we said he looks like a cross between Adolf Hitler and Albert Einstein.
There's a lot of subtext
What
here.
does that mean?
See, here's what I don't understand. Here's what I don't understand about this forgotten, rotting VHS tape of a children's show from 1985. Okay, here's what I don't understand. The set does look like an ad for like depression medication.
Yeah. Is your depression like this little ball that follows?
That's what his mom said when he was bitching on the set that day.
Tim, those bully legs aren't cheap.
Stop biting the legs, Tim.
He's passionate about himself. in a way like David Carradine is.
Speaking of closets,
just not that passionate.
Wasn't it fun?
No, it wasn't fun! Tim, would you like to tell us about what should have been titled Start Clowning Around?
This is one of the most sexually charged clown videos I've ever seen, so...
And you've seen...
How many clown videos have I seen? How many
sexually
how are they
charged clown movies have you seen?
That was the joke.
No.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Betty White is 99.
Oh my god. She's almost too old for Start Clowning Around.
She can still clown around, people.
She's almost free.
Almost free from T-Bone.
It's Betty White.
Hemingway and Kurt Cobain,
The
they
Fibonacci
did not want to wait until 99 to be free of T-Bone. They did not want to wait that long.
They were like, I know what's coming.
T-Bone's World of Clowning. I don't want to see it. So if I put the shotgun up to my face, I don't have to know anything about T-Bone's World of Clowning.
So T-Bone's in a school.
He absolutely does not start off as a creepy doll.
Oh, fuck, that's right.
That's the opening shot of the film.
You know who would make a fucking terrifying clown? And this is a great example. Iggy Pop, right? Okay.
No, Artie, your clown mouth. Where do you want your clown mouth to be? And what kind do you want to have?
I mean, there are different kinds of clowns.
I know where T-Bone wants your clown mouth to be.
I'll teach you some acrobatics if you teach me some more about balloon animals.
Is he gonna throw her out of the chair? Just like this.
I don't think she's in the right place to learn about acrobatics.
That's how I got in this chair.
Rich, you're totally right.
Yeah, I am.
This said it all. Vagaries.
What are you looking at?
I'm reading the back of the box.
Can you read it out loud so we know what you're talking about?
It basically it says in a lot of words what Rich just said.
Okay.
It wasn't like step one, apply the foundation.
Yeah.
Step two.
You put it on all sloppy.
You put it all sloppy. How do I do it better? I don't know. It looks crappy. Just shut up. Just shut up. So it wasn't instructional. They show you the basics of juggling, balloon animals, characterization, and much, much, much more.
I think maybe just one much. I would say much more. Much.
And they're right.
Yeah, too many muches.
The basics. Mystifies and brings out the clown in all of us. So your answer is the video provides nothing. It doesn't. I don't think the little girl in the wheelchair was really crippled. Because in the credits it said wheelchair rental. Maybe her own wheelchair wasn't good enough. I don't know, but
she
I
showed
saw
up
that
on
in
the
credits.
set and
Would a clown wheelchair be really small? And fit multiple crippled children?
Multiple crippled children get out of the wheelchair somehow.
They somehow fit.
They can sit on each other so much that it's like if you just position yourselves right, you can pile like 15
There's like 10
people.
of them, like
Yeah.
teetering on the top of the wheelchair.
Oh no, a clown wheelchair is like a wheelchair, but it's like the wheelchair equivalent of a unicycle. Yeah. So you just as a crippled girl just kind of like balanced on it.
Can we talk about the elephant in the circus? Which is the gay subtext of our creepy clown video, starring.
That's why he's called T-Bone. He had to crawl through the crawl space with all the bones to escape.
Well, let's talk about.
he's hiding out for the big show.
Yes, in the back room of middle school.
Alone.
Alone at night in a clown costume. Okay, there's nothing weird about any of that.
The greatest clown love story.
That's probably true, yeah.
What is the greatest clown love story if not this? I mean,
Yeah, what other options do we have?
this is the clown equivalent of 50 Shades of Grey. 50 50 Shades of White.
First, we need to take off the makeup where you want your mouth to be.
Oh God, he's got a
They
finger.
had to have known.
You have a clown inside you. Everyone has a clown inside you.
Or do you want a clown inside you?
I can't believe I fell for that. That's my job.
Everybody needs a
That's my
clown
job to make
inside
those
them.
dumb jokes.
At least once in their life.
Then Shake says, "Come back." Or Shake's what's his name? T-Bone. T-Bone then says, "Janitor man." He would have loved all the magic T-Bone had to offer in the back room of a middle school. While his disapproving mother watched. Weird adult man in an English Bobby costume and a small child in a wheelchair with a bunch of balloon animals.
And a janitor.
And a janitor.
Filthy janitor.
T-Bone has a very specific, I don't know if you call it a fetish. Fetish. That's why he wears those jester balloon pants.
He's trying to sell this hose that you can do Tai Chi with, but he didn't have the actual hose built. So he used a stand-in that was just a rubber garden hose. And look it up, it's on YouTube. It is the funniest thing you'll ever see. And he's like, you can do all these things with it. And his dog is sitting in the background of the shot, and at one point his dog is so ashamed it gets up and it walks out of the shot.
Benefits and fun of flowing movements and spiral fitness.
Well, if anyone knows anything about flowing movement, it's David Carradine.
Followed by a whole lot of stillness.
Well, there was some screaming when the maid came in.
Was there, though?
What if this was the ending of Kill Bill? She shows up at his house, there's this big lead up, and she goes into the backyard, it's just this.
You're filming this terrible infomercial. She decides to show pity on him.
You know, if you follow this thing around, you'll find that, it leads you.
If you threw that garden hose in my hand and you put me in a kung fu outfit, right? And I started doing this, right?
I don't know, I can't even explain it, but I just know that.
Well, that's golden mean extraction of Fibonacci.
He sees every bit of footage they had of him.
He hit himself on the head with it. It's so elegant.
Expand and reduce any sensations that you may have left over.
This is the guy behind this whole scam, right?
Rob Moses, a.k.a. the guy that looks like Jeff Ross.
Yeah.
A.k.a. former car mechanic.
Yes.
You don't want your martial arts master looking like Jeff Ross.
Absolutely baseless speculation.
It has nothing to do with how David Carradine was murdered in Thailand.
Oh my God!
I mean how his death looked like he might have died from autoerotic asphyxiation.
Whenever I play with it, I feel better.
Well, this is a new wrinkle in the RLM cinematic universe.
I mean, it was only a year later after the spiral fitness thing vanished off the face of the earth, and Pablo Escobar was
Pablo Escobar ran off with all of the hoses.
Was seen in Thailand. Do you think he choked him with one of the spiral fitness hoses?
We're going to make it look like you died masturbating. You sick fuck. You fuck with my money.
T-Bone's the one who did the deed. He choked him with a balloon animal. He choked him with a balloon animal.
I just picture Pablo Escobar and T-Bone on like a private jet flying to Thailand.
David Carradine has loose lips. Bring me the most evil clown you can find.
David Carradine, he tried at first to escape.
Got T-Bone on speed dial.
There's the little girl in the wheelchair. It's like a Tommy gun. And they showed her like with some kind of like shawl on, and she's like, they called me up to come do this fucking thing. And I show up and they give me a garden hose. At first I'm like, you're crazy, but then I move the garden hose around and I guess it did something. That they move on. And then there's the one guy who's like, I work out, I go to the gym, they give me the garden hose, I hit myself in the nuts. And then after a while, I guess it's...
In the beginning, you'd get bit every time.
It's a tasteful way of saying he hit himself in the dick with it. Say something nice about the garden hose, or else Pablo Escobar will have you executed. We've got to wash this money by next week. You know, talk about the garden hose.
Yeah, well, I think that's a better way to go.
David Carradine, you found the best way to go.
Okay. I'm going with the latter. It's because it's funner. And again, it's a theory.
Allegedly.
He was calling up Kurt, change the will.
Courtney called up some friends. I need the world's most evil clown.
Kurt's really scared of clowns. And if you show up while he's doing horse with the clown makeup on.
Even Courtney was like, that's full of shit. It's a hose.
It's a god knows.
Now shut up and kill Kurt Cobain.
As the gun goes off, he's just, I didn't see anything. Oh, you imagination, you. Wow, wow, wiggy whistle, wobble, wobble.
I must have imagined it. I must have imagined it.
Fuck my wow, wow, whittle, wobble, dibble, wobble, doodle, boo.
Don't pick on me first. 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 Don't pick on me.
Mike.
No, I said don't.
Do you have a bit?
No.
Seriously?
I'm literally praying to Jesus.
You literally praying to Jesus? Well, there is no Jesus, Mike, so tell us, which one of these is best of the worst?
I can tell you which one is the worst. You know, Red Rich, I'm going to go with you. I'm going with Spiral Fitness. So we have a complete tie break because I want to know.
I've only held a garden hose, but not to better myself.
As a current clown, I don't like T-Bone. I'm fascinated with Spiral Fitness. The paper trail and product trail of this garden hose exercise equipment has vanished off the face of the earth. Somehow, this video cost $200 million to make that just evaporated into thin air. Other than Rob Moses is still alive. He's the only one in the whole video that's still alive.
And he's hoping everybody's forgotten about this.
Everybody's dead. Everybody.
Allegedly.
She died in an unrelated clown incident. We don't want to talk about it.
Camera people, sound people, editors, anyone associated with Spiral Fitness.
They're all gone.
Dead.
All mysteriously autoerotic asphyxiation deaths.
Unrelated. It's all unrelated. There's a whole thing, and it's fascinating. Spiral Fitness all the way, best of the worst.
All right. Can we destroy Tim Noah?
Yes. And little did they know, thousands, millions of little kids were putting Bazooka Joes in their mouth.
Oh, but that was like sailor semen.
Yeah, it's true history.
Semen.
Look it up on Wikipedia. that's the internet database for perverts.
That was a long setup for a decent joke.
I was the only one on the plane.
I have no luggage.
Although we should have known what we were getting into with the first one, since the last time we did the McNamara Brothers movie, we did destroy the tape.
You hated it that much? Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it goes without saying because it's the McNamara brothers. They just kill everybody, which means we get to see the McNamaras kill a fluffy, cute dog.
Oh, Mr. Fluffy! Our heroes have now killed a friendly, fluffy dog.
And that's, so like immediately you're like, oh, I hope that the McNamara brothers don't win.
Right.
I don't like them anymore. When it comes to the execution of the action, it's like they watched our previous episode and they took notes because the things that we complained about, they greatly improved on in this movie.
You know what would be amazing sequel bait at the end? Is these two are like, they're shot up, they're on the ground. You think Jake has won the day.
Yeah.
And then we hear helicopter blades, 2 ropes drop, 2 more McNamara's drop. Quadruplets.
There's 4 of them!
Quad dragons! Yes!
Quad dragons. I mean,
Marco and Mitchell McNamara, the long-lost other twins.
We thought you died in Nam.
We were set free a while ago, but we wanted to help clean up. Because Canadians are very nice.
oh yeah, they cleaned up their cells, they washed their cell.
We felt bad for leaving. They seemed to have a good time kidnapping us.
Viet Cong let us go, but you know.
We just didn't want to say anything, didn't want to make him feel bad.
We wanted to tidy up a bit. But we're back. I'm gonna hand this one off to Jack.
Oh.
Not you, no, because I know you hate this drivel.
Yeah.
And Jack did say it was an A+ idea executed in a D- way.
Well, it's hard to do that when you're also in front of the camera wearing an awkward alien mask. You can't really monitor your shot.
Maybe you'll fucking learn your lesson before we make our final judgment on you.
Right. And John is thick as a brick in the brain area.
Yes.
The weird snake monster that attaches itself to his penis and sucks blood from his balls.
The best performance in the movie is from the anal probe.
Yes, there is an anal probe.
Yeah.
Yes. John never realizes what exactly is going on.
What are you up to now, Waskovich?
You wascally Waskovich.
You wascally Waskovich.
He's just every scumbag.
He's a whole lot of scumbag, yeah. He's a very busy man. You know? The DVD one was amazing because
I think we're gonna win this one.
What a bizarre scam. Some poor old lady said, my husband died. Well, so that your husband, on his way to meet Jesus, won't get snatched up by aliens. And it's like, I think 1 out of maybe a billion people might fall for that.
Oh, so he appeared as an alien because of this connection to his alien scam. That makes sense.
That's why
this
he
is
got
a very smart film.
That's why the tree stump.
A+ effort.
A+ for effort.
That's why the tree stump tried to suck his balls off. To get back at him for raping the prostitute.
Okay. That's where the Sasquatch knocks the door into pieces?
Yes.
But it's still there, it's just open.
Right.
Yeah. What a great film.
He sits down. It is a great film. Then he demands to know who his supplier is.
Yeah.
And then he's the buyer, so he's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. He starts panicking. And,
You're my supplier.
and so again, they didn't know how drugs worked.
He loves to drive around while chugging censored bottles of wild turkey. And
is noon the best time for this?
Is it gonna be a kid?
Oh,
it's gonna be somebody in a wheelchair!
Oh no!
Oh, he crushed it like a pancake!
They lost all body mass. Yay! What person in a wheelchair crosses in the middle of the street with no crosswalk?
In the mean streets
Well,
of the suburbs.
they were also blind, Mike.
You know, it's a balance. You want to find that balance of practical and visual effects. And that's what he's going for here, you know.
I feel like I'm in a sarcasm sandwich. Meat.
Your mother's out there whoring around getting pumped full of drugs. Is that what you want to be?
Yeah.
It's the belt. It's the belt.
Okay. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Forced to watch bad movies, miserable night. Rinse and repeat. I learned nothing.
Where do the anal probes come in?
That's after we finish shooting.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You told me it was mandatory.
Rich.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us all about Vitali Versace's other film?
His audition for Frodo went real bad.
Yeah.
Did not get the part.
I look like Elijah Wood, but I am too tall!
And my acting is shit. Guess I had to make my own movie.
I made a movie called The Habit. About none who must return ring.
A man who should get this thing trademarked.
Man who definitely can't read.
The bald white guy.
Look, we ain't got time for this. We need to find Ivan. We need to find him now. He's in trouble.
What kind of trouble?
That's the worst acting we've ever seen. Ever, bar none, in the show.
I just want to play basketball. Don't
This-
get me involved in this
This
crap.
scene is beautiful.
You involved?
I think a common person, their bigger problem with the scene might be they're watching it and they say, why are there no people in this bar?
That's the thing that would stand out on the subconscious. You can go on the stage, we have a microphone, but we don't have a cord. and then there's even like...
As Vitelli and the father, they're having the conversation they're going to have for the next 20 minutes.
Oh, God, yeah.
Well, then they continue that conversation in the car. We suspect that the DJ for the wedding had arrived because we see
Lights.
red, green, blue kind of flashing lights.
That weren't there before.
That weren't there before. So he's got there, he's set his gear up.
Hey, I gotta start testing my equipment.
I wonder if you
Experience Sedona, Arizona.
When they're in the American library.
When they're in the, well, you know, it's like a theme library in Moscow where they have all these American things, like, you know.
Visit Arizona.
Visit Arizona. Yeah, signs and everything's in English.
I built up this whole business my whole life for you.
I didn't ask for her. Because of your business, mom is dead. Died. I don't have a mom.
Guys, I hate it when people dead died.
The driver just thinks they're doing multiple takes.
Oh, you're keeping this all in?
That was take one. Oh no. Oh, the Godfather poster. A Godfather poster at the shrink's office.
How are you doing today? Ivan, I have worked
May I
with
borrow
a
your
lot of
copy
people
of Heat?
that worked with your father. They all
Training Day. Oh, come on!
You a big fan of Mafia movies?
I see Martin Scorsese. He signed my poster.
Oh, Vitaly, Martin Scorsese didn't make Training Day.
You want to tell me a little bit about it?
Whoa! Oh my God!
Now that needs to be a thing where every time they cut back to her, she has a bigger mug.
It's almost like it writes itself, and Vitaly Versace couldn't figure this shit out.
He said, what about if instead of things happening, nothing happens?
Everything worked out perfect for Vitaly. No problem.
So, you know where to find this Jacob kid, right? Jacob.
Oh, we should have asked him who Jacob is.
Someone look in the phone book for Jacob. Although his black friend is now someone else. They couldn't get that actor back, so they just shoot him from the back of the head.
He notices the dead body, so he says, "Oh, I gotta use the bathroom," and then he just runs away. He jogs away from the scene of the crime.
He fast walks away.
She's, you know, wrapped in a towel, and it's supposed to be this kind of like loving confession of like, I was so worried, I had a dream all my friends died, I thought you died, and she's like, great. I love you too, don't touch me.
One of my uncles said that my dad got shot 2 days ago, right?
What did he say?
It's like, someone just called me from Moscow. They say my dad died, he got shot or something.
2 days ago.
2 days ago. He died, he got
When
shot.
I got the news that my father died, I felt like my dream became alive.
What's happening?
And then he discovers through the internet his parents passed, that they both were into Mafia.
Ah, okay,
And
okay.
he wants to be born into Mafia.
Oh, he wants to be in the Mafia. Okay.
He
That's a
he
twist.
flies back to Moscow on his own.
And he doesn't know anything about Russian culture
right.
or the mafia.
Yeah, and
He gets some fish out of water stuff. Yes.
and he eventually he becomes his own little mob boss, and Vitaly and his wife have to stop him.
He like starts gathering up homeless people to try and make his own little gang.
You're part of the Versace clan. Some like super old mobster.
No, really, it's the story about how Vitaly Versace was born into wealth and is doing just fine.
And that's the thing with all three films is we're just salivating over ways to fix them. And they are what they are. He sounds like Tommy Wiseau. He's stumbling through his lines. Yeah. There's the awkward camera. All those like those wonderful little like we're trying to make a movie, but we have $7 and a camcorder, and I just think that's hilarious sometimes, especially when you deal with a big subject like the mob. It just makes it hilarious, and it was funner to watch.
We're not going to destroy Dragon Hunt, so it feels irresponsible to have destroyed Twin Dragon Encounters. So.
Something we wish we could take back.
Something we wish we could take back, and Colin in Canada, he has the two halves of the tape, so maybe he can help us with that. I don't know, maybe.
Who portrayed Gene Clean? Gene Clean, the character. Mike.
Mr. Clean.
Incorrect. Jay?
Mean Gene.
No.
Okay, then.
Good guess. Mean Gene, I like it. No, Billy Ray Cyrus.
Oh, that's from Mulholland Drive.
That's correct.
Okay.
Rich, can I get a half a point?
I'm going to put half a mark down.
Producer? Okay, producers, give you half a point for that one.
Producer overrides the host.
I agree with the producer.
Can we get a different host?
Jesus. No.
One that will give me all the correct answers.
One that'll ask me about Star Trek.
One that'll ask me about Star Trek.
I tried to ask you about Star Trek.
There are some nicely tailor-made questions for me, yeah.
But luckily, it's now the Halloween season, so we're going to talk about something truly terrifying. 90s mediocre John Carpenter films.
John Carpenter's career.
Ooh. The 90s were not kind to John Carpenter.
He's got like a cameo, and I think it's like the Mouth of Madness. Does he go by on like the bike real quick? And then,
No, that's not him.
That's not him? I thought for one shot it was him.
No, it's a man. It's someone in old age makeup. They have long hair, so I guess I can see how you would think that. Dan O'Bannon, who went on to write Alien, which is another movie about an alien on a spaceship. It didn't look like a beach ball in Alien, but...
Well, Dark Star's the prototype. He had to work out the kinks of the idea.
He watched it, he said, maybe the beach ball was a bad idea. A lot of 70s beards. 70s film students.
Yeah.
They're all over that movie. There's a whole chunk of movies that are almost interchangeably mediocre in my view. Where it was hard to rank because they all kind of could be moved in any order, and I'd be like, yeah. The one thing that's really impressive if you watch them back to back is knowing that Kurt Russell's literally wearing the exact same costume at the beginning. And you're like, hey, he stayed in pretty good shape for this. That's impressive. And he does what he can with the material. He's never goofy in it. It's the stuff surrounding him that's goofy.
Yeah.
So they didn't ruin Snake Plissken, even though the movie sucks.
we can just forget that one exists.
You got Pam Grier in your movie already. Have Pam Grier be the lead. It's infinitely better.
Yes.
You can take a boring character, but it's Pam Grier, and she's awesome. And that would immediately have elevated it. The best thing I can say about The Ward is that the fact that he made it means that Ghosts of Mars is not his last movie.
The Fog is a movie I can see being done better.
Well, they did remake it, but they didn't do it better.
Oh, no.
That's one of the worst remakes ever.
John Carpenter didn't care. He got a check.
That's what he always says is, when they remake one of my movies, I hold out my hand and a check falls into it. It's very talky, and even with all the talking and exposition, I don't know if it still makes any sense.
I
I like that movie a lot because of the atmosphere of it.
I know you look like you're about to die, but you've looked like you're about to die since you were 40.
Yeah.
Just make a zombie movie. I want to see it.
Well, I mean, you've seen several that are basically zombie movies, so. No, this movie he said he was influenced by the Italian movies of the era, which would also explain why it's low on your list. Well, just the opening credits take forever. It's like 15 minutes into the movie and they're still cutting back to those credits.
You know, while we're talking about John Carpenter and credits, can we just talk about the John Carpenter font?
Albertus.
I had to look it up because he uses it for almost everything.
And then when he doesn't, you miss it.
Yeah.
I was watching Memoirs of an Invisible Man, and I was like, what is this? That's just that visual of this, under this church, there's this giant tank with green goo that's technically the devil. Like, it's very odd. It's an interesting concept. Number 13, I have Village of the Damned.
Bingo!
Is that your 13?
That's my number 13,
All
Village of the
right.
Damned.
Right there in the middle of the bottom, where it belongs.
That's exactly where it belongs.
It's not a bad movie, not a good movie, just very average.
Charles Cyphers, his last movie, of John Carpenter's at least, was Escape from New York. Adrienne Barbeau, John Carpenter's wife at the time, her last movie was Escape from New York.
Oh, are you starting some...
I'm wondering...
Are you making a relationship speculation from 40 years ago?
A baseless, scandalous speculation, yes.
We're going to send this into the National Enquirer. So it's after all this time of like running away from her early horror movies, and now that's like her whole career.
Yeah, she's in a spot in her life where she can just have fun and do whatever the fuck she wants.
That's true.
She doesn't have to worry about being seen as a serious actress. She's already done that.
That's true, yeah. Beats yogurt commercials. I should point out, we haven't mentioned.
He just keeps cutting to just darkly lit locations.
Yeah, he could be anywhere.
And he could be anywhere, and it's in your mind, oh God.
Yeah.
Where is Michael Myers?
It's the perfect ending for a movie that never had any sequels. He's just a full-on old man rock guy now. I've seen him perform live. He does the little old man dance when he's not playing his instruments. I think Colin and I talked about that when we talked about The Thing.
Yeah.
That it's like, he basically hired someone else to do a John Carpenter score. It's fine. It's good for the movie.
He just wanted to work with Morricone.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Hello there, and thank you for your purchase of Therapy Plus. We've prepared this instructional tape so that you will maximize the effectiveness of your Therapy Plus.
Do you have a problem with pain?
Yeah, is that some sort of anal probe? What are we looking at?
It adjusts so that you can work it wherever you feel
Oh
the need.
no, you fucker!
Because children forget to use the handrail, which is dangerous. They horseplay, push.
And I just picture this guy.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
Well, what's not great is our first video. Which is, I literally don't remember.
Oh my God.
What our first
What
video
is our first
was.
video?
Levitation.
Levitation!
A class in levitation.
Well, you were right then. It's not great.
He gets so into it that he does it, and then when he comes back down, it's so much that he vomits.
Is that true?
It is true. Wow. He's just like, and he turns
If
away.
this video was just 2 minutes of levitating and then 15 minutes of vomiting, I
There
might
we
have a
go.
different reaction to it.
That goes with the instructions. Well, we shouldn't make fun of this guy. Here we are. Look at us talking about 6 videotapes we found in a dumpster.
But at least we're not pretending to be something we're not. We're not trying to levitate.
That's true.
I'll bet you I could do the levitation trick. I don't know if it's some kind of reposting of this, August 27, 2006, but it's got another date down here.
1993.
FTC news release, May 25th, 1993.
Now, is it a separate article for the sexual assault charges?
He kept calling my ribs tender, but I knew what he meant.
Well, it's funny you say that, because the other thing I learned when I Googled Therapy Plus, a whole bunch of products came up for sale, and they all look like sex toys.
Therapy Plus stinger.
Has Therapy Plus become code speak in the sex industry?
Massager.
The girl goes and interviews a Mets player,
Mike Piazza.
Mike Piazza, and she's like, why do you like baseball? And he's like, I don't know, teamwork, whatever.
Besides wearing your safety gear, do you do anything else to stay safe?
Well, yeah, I mean, before you start, you do have to warm up.
Always wear a condom.
Who's this video for? What?
You gotta change everything. Literally everything.
Everything you're doing is wrong.
It's okay, I'll put my Jane Fonda wig on him.
Let's get started.
And then I'll dress up in blackface.
Don't argue, don't fight, offer no resistance whatsoever, and never ever pull a weapon. Such actions only increase your chances of getting hurt or killed.
What would RoboCop think of this video?
Pussies. Co-workers speak in a soothing and cooperative tone.
RoboCop has a different perspective because he's an armored tank that can take bullets, an unlimited amounts of bullets. So he has a different perspective on things, you know. But I think he wouldn't approve of these tactics.
It'd been great if RoboCop showed up to investigate the crime here. What did he look like?
Wait, you gave him the money?
Why didn't you shoot him?
He just goes like this. Are you shaking your head at me, RoboCop?
People, am I right?
I get it. I don't need to watch the rest of this shit.
I get it. Just pull out a gun and shoot him.
Done.
Done.
And also, like, crooks don't like fully stocked shelves.
Make sure your store's clean.
That's the weird propaganda.
Osho.
Osho.
Osho had to do with the last video. Osho has to do with the next video.
Every one of them, they can all feel equal when they're cleaning Osho's toilet together.
Yeah. But the maroon robes clean the toilets.
If you have the black robe with the little stocking cap.
Yeah. The stunted Dumbledore.
Yes.
People perceive this place, and Osho in Sweden is quite negative.
When you arrive, they separate you. White women from California or other.
For some reason, it is all white women.
Is your Osho?
Oh.
Are you doing what I'm doing right now? Just imagining a conversation between Osho and Milton Berle? I think that would just be amazing.
For a second, I thought.
Osho would say like a sentence and Milton Berle would listen, cut back to Osho. Next thing Milton Berle would be like laying down, cut back. Then there'd be a grave.
Oldest comedic celebrity that's still alive.
You can't have George Burns.
Lawrence Welk?
They're all dead.
He sits there directing everybody.
Right.
Yeah. Do you call that moving?
I call that moving.
That would have been a great name for this tape.
You know what? A few awkward moments.
A few awkward moments with Milty.
Friend of yours? Are you friends with exclusively 80-year-olds?
No. I'm a Benjamin Button baby. And he has the picture.
Okay.
I'm not saying your friend is wrong.
Milton Pearl's penis?
He has a picture of his penis.
The time you
and I
met
was like,
Milton Berle.
yeah.
It's a picture of Bruce Willis and Milton Berle just
standing
their dicks
next to each other.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis looks very upset in the photo.
Yeah. Little did I know that this show would get me to talk about big dicks so much.
And then he wears big basketball shorts.
Is gay, so he has a vagina, according to Milton Berle. He doesn't understand how gay works.
He doesn't have a penis.
To laugh at the Richard Simmons drag impression. I guess it's not a drag impression if Richard Simmons is a man.
That's the Jane Fonda impression.
He wasn't
The
old
flaming
enough
impression.
to laugh.
Sound editing of this is great, though. I don't hear any of the cracking and popping noises.
And farts. You know, there's a ton of farts.
Elderly farts, though, don't make a sound.
That's true.
They just go.
We're gonna do a bridge exercise.
Little puff of dust.
The real, the little puff of dust.
The sphincter has lost all tightness. It just. The guy, I just thought about it, the guy who had to struggle to hold on to the chair to get down on the ground, he had a problem with his black spine. It's not funny.
It's funny. It's a little funny. To just.
Rich has got that skeptical look on his face.
This is just me now.
Some of them have brown stains.
Is anybody else uncomfortable? Nope. No.
Those little puddles.
And then even at the very end, he finds a way to be creepy. He's like touching her.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The fucking.
That's how you want to end your career.
Absolutely.
And then die.
It's like cringe was the only way to extend his life.
Yeah.
Colin and I did a whole review on it, so
Oh, that's very fortunate.
we said plenty about it.
Because you can just click on that right now.
Yeah, and leave a comment and like and subscribe. It was kind of that period, like the 90s, when we talk about the mediocre 90s John Carpenter movies. That was, if you look at the first half of his career, it's pretty varied, which we haven't gotten to any of those because those are the good ones. Except for Halloween, which you hate. But
which I think is okay. It's in the middle of my list, not the bottom half.
yeah, it's not Precinct 13.
Okay.
It's something else.
I don't remember that for sure, but yeah.
Yeah.
Proceed to Precinct 9, Division 13, and take over from Captain Gordon.
But Precinct 13 has a good sound to it, so that's why they call the movie that. Because 13's an unlucky number. And the little girl that's being babysat in Halloween also grew up to be one of those Real Housewives. So it's amusing how determined they are to make you think that James Woods is cool, because he's not. His pants are like up to here. They really want you to think this character is cool. What's his name? Like Jack Crow or something like that.
I'm moving vampires and it's all from Precinct 13 up. Fuck it, I don't care.
So now Vampires is even higher on your list.
It's even oh no, I fucked up.
Above Halloween. But Ivan Reitman reached a point where he told the studio, like, it's me or Chevy Chase, and they chose Chevy Chase. He's trying to eat Chinese food, and he's like, it's hard to use chopsticks when you can't see your hands, and he just kind of fidgets with it for 1 second, and then that's it. But I can picture like an earlier Chevy Chase movie where that goes on for like 5 minutes of boobery, and it just doesn't happen. That's probably the best thing to come out of this movie is John Carpenter and Sam Neill got along so well they made another movie together because he wasn't getting along with his other lead actors in this movie.
That shot of the camera heading towards New York City, and then you realize 15 years later, Escape from LA.
A movie with a much, much higher budget.
A movie with a much higher budget, and we got the submarine shark.
It looks like Space Jam or something. These cartoon shit flying at you.
So I guess there's not much point in dwelling on Escape from New York too much.
Other than pointing out that you and I have a very similar opinion of it.
Yeah.
Unlike Mike, who doesn't like the score. And people always say that about random movies that have some sort of like social or political commentary or satire or whatever. And it's not true. It's not that it's more relevant now. It's equally relevant because nothing changes.
The movie probably would have made a lot more money if it came out during Occupy Wall Street. When that was a thing.
Because it's more relevant now than
More
when it was
relevant
made.
now than ever before.
Yeah. No, it's same shit. It's always, and that's what's great too is the it also has a 15-minute fight scene in an alley that everybody loves that just goes on and on forever. I don't know, it's like a comfort movie where I probably watch this at least once a year still.
But every time we have a fake Siskel and Ebert talking about violence on television and movies.
All the sex and violence on the screen has gone too far for me.
I love, even before we get to any of the alien invasion stuff, some of the scenes with him talking with Roddy Piper in the kind of homeless compound or whatever it is.
It just gets bulldozed for no great reason.
Because fuck them. Because they're poor.
Fuck the poor people.
Yeah.
He has no chance unless he shoots a satellite. That makes everything.
He's still dead at the end of the movie, though. But he doesn't care. He gets to flick him off one last time.
He's dead at the end of the movie because they don't know what the fuck to do at the end of the movie. What do you do with this character? Ah, he's dead. I don't know.
He's credited in the end credits as nada, which means nothing. He's never given a name in the movie because he's just sort of a symbol of this lower class.
You're right, and I have never noticed that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I literally just learned that. That explains why I always just call him Rowdy Piper.
There you
Watch
go.
that movie.
Yeah.
And so the alien, they get this message.
alien
They're
responds.
Like, hey, we'll come and say hi. And then he comes to Earth, and everybody is fucking pointing guns at him.
It immediately gets shot down. Yeah. I thought it was going to be like a reveal at the end, like before he says goodbye, he's going to be like, there'll be a part of me with you. But it's like the next scene, he's just like, I put a baby in you. And it's very, very like he understands what she wants and is just doing his best to make her happy.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that like Spielberg schmaltz to it. The deer hunter guy that he gets into the argument with, that guy is Ted White, who played Jason Voorhees in Friday the 13th Part 4. So we got Starman versus Jason.
He's got those balls. Starman wins. He's got the balls, man.
Should have been the tagline for the movie. Starman.
Starman. He's got balls. People go to watch the movie. That was considerably less badass than I thought it was going to be.
I heard Starman fought Jason. He brought a deer back to life. How lame.
Starman is just all around a lot more solid.
Yeah. It doesn't just like get completely uninteresting in the second half as far as the story goes. All right. My number 3, we already talked about it. The movie you hate more than anything, Halloween.
It's okay. It's literally in the middle of my list. It's fine. I just don't love it. I don't get the appeal.
That's fine.
I think in the Stephen King story, the car is just possessed by the ghost of the previous owner.
Oh, okay.
I think I've never read the book.
So like, let's take a Stephen King book and strip away all the stupid. And just keep it really simple.
Yeah.
It's one of the better Stephen King adaptations, which might not be saying much, but...
Well, you don't know what the original was like. It might be a terrible adaptation.
But as a movie that was based on a Stephen King book, regardless of what the source material is. So your number 2 is The Thing.
My number 2 is The Thing.
What have you not mentioned yet? Oh, of course.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Oh, of course. Did I? Oh, yeah, I had Big Trouble in Little China at number 4. Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Roddy Piper says fuck it at the end of They Live.
Fuck it.
So, similar ending.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm screwed. Fuck it. I'm going to go out in a blaze of glory and do as much damage as I can.
It's entirely possible that the thing just wants to go home.
And people keep shooting flamethrowers and shit at
People
it.
keep throwing flamethrowers at it, and oh my god.
Yeah. I love that through most of the climax of the movie, Kurt Russell was passed out because he shot a hole in the ceiling and dropped rocks on his head.
And then he gets trapped under a guy.
Yeah, and then he finally wakes up, and then he's just trapped under a dude for the rest of the fight. Like, it's one of the most relentlessly paced movies where it starts and it just keeps going from one scene to the next. It's like it's racing to get to the next weird thing. It's like, we gotta make sure that the audience knows that Jack Burton is the hero. So that's why they keep saying Jack Burton in that scene to like hammer into your head that he's supposed to be the protagonist. Because the studio didn't know what they had, apparently. They go in under the guise that they're telephone repairmen. So Kurt Russell's idea is to just hold a phone up to everybody. Like, look, I'm legit. Because like I love Escape from New York, obviously, but as we've said, the action is the weakest part. The end of the movie, they just have to drive across a bridge. That's the exciting action climax of the film. It's one of those movies. I think we watched it here at the studio once, and while you're watching it, it is the best movie ever made.
Like, when you think about it afterwards, not really, but while you're watching it, it is one of the most entertaining movies you will ever see. But I've never really thought about it in comparison to his other movies, because that's kind of his thing. It's very slow. It's too slow for some people. Nick Castle, who played Michael Myers in Halloween, and the other one is Tommy Lee Wallace, who directed Halloween 3 and the made-for-TV It miniseries. And that's the Coupe de Villes. They were all college friends. He just wants to sit around and watch basketball, play video games, and collect checks for remakes of his movies. So I thought, I mean, I was surprised that he made The War. He can do nothing for the rest of his career if he wants to. He's earned it. He made a bunch of awesome movies that all lost money. I can completely understand him being cynical. That second half of his career, I think, was just sort of like director for hire, pay the bills, make some money. And now he doesn't need to do that anymore, so he just stopped. Which is completely fine.
What's going on? Answer me. What is going on?
My stocks are down.
I didn't realize I couldn't do this with an Apple II.
I knew I shouldn't have engineered a monkey to handle my stock portfolio. I can't tell by the weight. It's a DVD.
I know. It's always the same.
It's too long.
It's going to be too long.
Jay, how long
is the movie?
How long is this, Jay?
In diameter?
Can you see on the...
Is there something with like a rock and roll band, maybe?
That was several, yeah.
It's a few times that's
This is one of the few years we haven't had a rock and roll band, actually.
You need to box. Do you need to look at the box as a reference point?
No, Mike, I have brain cells left.
The box is like,
This is absolutely not the introduction to an 80s sitcom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just needs freeze frames with credits.
Primal Rage!
Wow! Wasn't Fosse the journalist?
Yes.
In The Great Muppet Caper, yes.
If you want to talk about The Great Muppet Caper, we can be here all night. I'm perfectly happy to talk about that movie.
In The Muppet Show
R.I.P. Charles
proper,
Grodin.
he's just a stand-up comedian.
R.I.P. Diana Rigg.
Okay, you're right. It's all a little Fosse to me.
Yeah! The puppet's back!
Oh my god! Oh no!
He flips out, he bites Duffy, he trashes the lab.
Jumps out a window.
Jumps out a window, and I was like, Rage Monkey, this is gonna be a great movie.
We're ready for like 10 minutes of just chaos in the world.
Not anybody want any?
I'm good.
Oh, geez. There's Alf again.
Yeah.
We got Alf, Bruce Springsteen, Ronald Reagan, the Bartles and James guys.
Timothy Dalton.
Who are we missing?
Sam, what's going on? Tell me.
The Where's the Beef Lady?
Oh, yeah. That would be amazing.
That's about all I got.
Excuse me. All right, thanks.
Did you see a beast girl go by here?
Wow.
I don't care if he has no other credits. That was an amazing piece of acting.
She's had a rough life. Now she's about to get attacked by a monkey John Lennon. Or Rage monkey zombie John Lennon. Who's screaming at who?
Rich, you have this like flaw about you.
Okay.
What is this?
Where you've seen movies before. And you apply like logic of movies.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned that at some point tonight. It was during the movie that wasn't a movie, but we'll get to that.
Well, what if this character that we've set up, what if the film revolves around like rescuing her? Oh no, she just
dies.
Gets
killed.
Her face gets stepped on by a monster and her brain split. And then she's gone forever.
She does.
It's like, oh, what are you thinking? Yeah. What's wrong with you?
Look, we hate Italians so much that when we make our big budget Mario Brothers movie, we're not casting any Italians.
No.
Get Chris Pratt in there.
No, we're casting Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo.
No, I'm talking about the new one.
I know.
And so we see just an establishing shot with a sprinkler, and Mike made a big fucking deal out of that sprinkler, which made it even funnier when there was a payoff to it.
There we go.
Oh, dummy!
Onto the sprinkler.
Hey!
The sprinkler was set up for something.
Hey!
Okay.
All right, that was
the
good.
Genius of the sprinkler shot paid off. I'm sorry, everybody.
It all worked out.
Are you trying to Sherlock Holmes this movie?
I am.
We eliminate everything that doesn't make sense, and whatever else is left, that's
Must
the
be
plot.
the truth.
There's nothing left.
Correct.
If you get rid of everything that makes no sense, there's no movie. We didn't watch anything.
Case solved.
Thank God. Let's move on. Don't panic, everybody.
But meanwhile, in the basement, we have our B movie scream queen, Tiffany Shepis.
Yeah.
There's some characters in the basement that are zombies or whatever.
The girl, the doctor.
Oh no, they're filming inside the gas station.
Wow.
Look at that.
There's some old lady.
She's an employee.
What are you doing?
It's a hell of a gas
Donald
station.
Farmer's high school friend. That's how he got in here.
Yeah. She runs the local truck stop. Yeah, there's this terrible place that 14-year-old Dean sentences her to.
Right.
Even though
Oh
Dean's don't
God,
have that
the
power.
Dean. There's so much to talk about.
Tiny Dean.
Look, I am
I'm
14.
the dean of the school, and I'm younger than you.
I am 14 years old and I'm very responsible.
This is the tallest chair they could find. It's a stack of phone books.
I am the principal. I am not, in fact, 4 children stacked in a suit.
He has a book on his desk that says it's called Reading Literature.
Yes, it
which
does.
Seems kind of like a catch-22. I don't know what that was.
I mean, it's the thing you have to do to literature is read it.
The book should be called How to Read.
How to read literature.
And he sits in front of the giant maps.
I don't know how he got the blood, and then why the blood remained like active, or well, the zombie.
That's an interesting question.
Fine.
Does zombie blood remain active at all times?
It's fine.
And he's like, okay, I have a good plan. Meet me in the basement at midnight, and I'll tell you what my plan is.
Meet me in the room full of trash.
And she's like, okay, that sounds like I'm not going to get murdered. And then he's like,
I mean, I am in a Donald Farmer movie, so I'm probably going to have to writhe around on it.
Yep, here we go. Here we go. It's happening!
Yes! We have Donald Farmer!
Caesar on the dirty ground! You did it!
Awesome, he just had an orgasm. Hooray!
Donald Farmer, listen up.
Donald.
We know what you're up to.
We got you.
We understand. How about this? 117 girls have to go to Donald Farmer's backyard.
You got it. Lay it down, Mike. Lay it down.
I'm upping it to 148. 148
Whoa.
college-age girls.
Can we shoot this in the Philippines?
Yes. No.
No, we can shoot this in Donald Farmer's backyard.
It takes place in the Philippines. Meanwhile, there's a mystical legend called the Seizure Man. And he appears in the mist. You have to be between the ages of 19 and 22. We have 75 minutes of just like one.
Michael?
Yes, Mom?
Is everybody gone?
Yes, Mom.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, Christy's right.
Yeah. Shut up, everybody!
Wait!
Let me go.
Mom, you gotta listen to me. Tony, he's gone nuts.
Well, the filmmakers are Mexican, but you can hire American actors that will come down and be in your movie.
Yes, but the movie definitely makes a point of being like, we are in Mexico City.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they're not
it
trying to
doesn't-
pass it off like other,
No.
like, we've seen
Yes.
other more Italian movies where they try and make it seem like it's in America,
They didn't
but it
try to
isn't.
hide it.
They
No.
didn't try and hide it. They're
It's
like,
from the opening narration, like, we are in Mexico City, and I
that's
don't
right.
like being here.
Michael has an opening narration like it's an episode of The Wonder Years, which is really weird.
Like I give a damn about your business. It's your son we're talking about.
He's 12 or 18 or something.
Jeans and a pajama top. Wow.
His bedroom is full of race car posters
And toys.
He rides around on a little bike.
That's the thing. If we're looking for like cultural signifiers,
Wait, man. John, they're gonna kill her, man.
Oh
no!
My eyes are down here.
Wasn't that funny?
That was just subtle enough.
Because usually my eyes are up here.
Yeah.
Oh no. And they don't even fit up.
I kept waiting for the fucking payoff where they would do something clever. Where he would see
through the
something
eyes of the killer.
Through the eyes of the killer that would help him out.
And outsmarts him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It didn't happen.
Because you've seen a movie, right? Yes.
Rich Evans has seen films before.
Right.
I've seen movies.
Where something that's set up earlier, later on,
pays off,
right? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. That's a radical idea. It's this theory I've been working on.
What you're saying is crazy.
I like to call it Chekhov's gun.
Did you just invent that term?
Yes. I was watching Star Trek when I thought of it.
Or as Donald Farmer calls it, Chekhov's cum.
I think the payoff you're looking for, Rich, is the scene where he goes to his girlfriend's fancy family dinner with the mayor or whoever.
The senator.
The senator of Mexico.
That scene was amazing.
Can't see anymore, so he just blindly starts shooting up the fucking room.
And the man who just bought his ticket for the Titanic. What is going on here?
How dare you shoot up my dinner with the senator?
Holy shit.
Where the hell do you think you're taking my daughter?
My dinner party! Michael, it fucks up that room. He's angry. It's all very, very different. And they're all very unique. So don't ever bring in primal rage.
You don't even know what you're supposed to be arguing for.
The main thing is that in Dharma the Dread, nobody trashes
He just knows he should be arguing.
And he lost focus halfway through the sentence.
What's your question, Mike?
Primal Rage is in the title of the fucking film.
Listen.
He's angry.
What the hell do you expect me to do? Drop $1 million deal? Just to come here to a birthday party? You'd like to see me fail, wouldn't you?
I'm tired of all your
The shotgun seems extreme.
Where'd it come from?
These are his photographs.
Something else?
He was wearing his pajamas.
He's the only grown man around that wears pajamas. You'll spot him. You'll spot him.
Yes, ma'am. We have that information already. We know about the pajamas.
Dinosaur pajamas and a perm.
Here's Mexican Al Pacino.
Can I have a word with you?
I'm going back to the cartel stuff. Like I have nothing.
Yeah.
I don't want
I
anything.
got some drug dealers to work
I
with.
want
I
nothing
can't
to do with this kind of crime. Yeah. Let's talk about the 3 horror pictures that we watched for our Halloween edition.
I guess Mike's in charge now.
Of Best of the Worst. I'm now hosting.
Now that we're done.
This is the point.
Who cares?
It's fascinating in that way, but really, don't Paris.
Don't Paris.
I keep wanting to
Don't
call.
Paris.
I keep wanting to call it Castaway. It's more interesting than Donald Pleasant. Donald. Wait.
Donald Pleasance directed that movie.
Can we call him Donald Unpleasant?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. As long as we don't call him Don Doler.
It's more interesting than Donald Unpleasant's sicko perversion of underage, age-appropriate girls writhing around having seizures. Eat your heart out, Roger Ebert.
I think it's pretty certain that everything you just said is definitely not plagiarized. Nobody else has ever strung any of those words together in that order.
I know you're gonna pick Castaway. Josh,
why do you keep saying Castaway?
It looks like Castaway.
It doesn't.
Josh,
Not even close.
Your pick for Dorm of the Dead is Best of the Worst?
Oh, no. It's easily Dumb Panic.
Only you and I wore appropriate shirts.
I know.
I'm just here for the booze.
I'm wearing this so I look like the empty shell of my former character.
That's why we had 45 minutes of Remember This schmaltz at the end.
Yeah. At the end? That's the whole fucking movie.
No,
there are not characters in this movie. There are pawns. There are people, there are figures that are put in place to go from scene to scene to discover something from the original film.
The last half an hour of this movie was the most sad, pathetic thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
And manipulative, which we'll get into.
Yeah, I agree. The first 75% of the movie, until there's a very clear shut-off point. My brain turned off. My interest just stopped, and that's the Walmart. When you cut to Walmart, and Paul Rudd goes into Walmart for no reason. I don't think there's a Walmart that clean in the entire universe, okay? With nobody in it, no disgusting weird
That's the thing I want to mention about the whole movie.
Trash all
There's
over the
nobody
floor.
anywhere.
I like Carrie Coon.
Hi.
I wish
Lots
she
of good
drank.
actors in
I wish
this,
she
but-
drank more alcohol. I wish she was a more comical version of herself. Something happens that bankrupts all the chapters, and everybody quits, or maybe they try to unionize. You do something really like grossly cynical, and then Bill Murray fires them all. And he fired all the Ghostbusters from. And that's when the doom threat comes in, after the Ghostbusters try to unionize. And Bill Murray doesn't want to pay him. Oh, I fired them all. You fired all of them?
What works about Ghostbusters is those specific characters. And now you can't do that anymore. So you introduce Stranger Things. And then you just repeat the first movie's formula again.
Annie Potts says, Carrie Coon asks her if the house is worth anything, and she goes, no, it's worth absolutely nothing unless you're considering the sentimental value. Then in the car, they're on their way to school. That's what this was until the end, when it became
a fucking mess.
Just the end of Ghostbusters.
It was like a nostalgia bukkake. And it was like I was drowning. I was drowning. I couldn't breathe. And I'm like, oh, that's going to be a great cameo for Bill Murray when it happens. And I'm like, they're not going to show up, are they?
Like in the jumpsuits?
Like how did they get new proton packs?
To be fair, I don't know if Ernie Hudson ever takes off his jumpsuit, like in real life, so that's fine.
It's self-deprecating, dumb, and no one knows what they're doing, and they accidentally save the universe by forming a stupid business because Bill Murray's greedy. It's a hilarious film. It's a beautiful lightning in a bottle kind of movie. Do you think this movie was made for Harold, or was it made for truckloads of money? I'm thinking of all these iconic 80s tech that was always in service of a story and characters, and now it's like the opposite. The characters are in service of the tech.
Yeah.
And
the first time they turn on the proton pack in this, we get 5 shots.
He left that Crunch Bar wrapper in there for 38 years, Jay.
Because it meant something to him? There's
Jay.
Bill Murray fucking around on the set.
Bill Murray introduced him to Crunch Bars, and he's always loved them since.
Oh, okay.
In fact, it could be what killed him. He had way too many. His diabetes and blood sugar went out of control. Oh, can I make the greatest visual analogy ever?
Oh.
Do you remember when in Christmas Vacation, when Chevy Chase takes the beautiful turkey out of the oven and he cuts into it? That's this movie. Right? Yeah, she can't pay the rent, and then they have to move out, and they find this disgusting farmhouse, and then she's the mom's like sitting there with wine like at night and watching the videos, and she, maybe she's like pushing her kids to like be Ghostbusters, and they open up, they like buy the local like general store that's gone out of business, and they, you know, then you can have like it be like this like terribly run family business, where she's like using her kids who are underage to like bust ghosts. What's the daughter's name?
Phoebe.
Hey, Phoebe. Yeah, Ma. Put down the flask and pick up the proton pack. While we're at it, had the Ghostbusters not started their business because of crackpot Egon and Ray's interest in the paranormal,
and Peter Venkman's greed.
Peter Venkman just wanting to grift. The whole world would be enslaved by Gozer the Gozerian. I've never been a fanboy. I like stuff, and you always get frustrated when they screw it up. You know, like making a new TV show about Captain Picard, and it's just it's so wrong.
Do you remember there used to be a pain reliever called AIDS?
I've tried fad diets, powders, pills. Still, my weight's been up and down like a yo-yo until the AIDS plan taught me how to take off weight and help keep it off.
Yes.
They changed that name.
Yeah. Also, come take a look at this monument to Gozer that I found under the ground. That's literally, you could see it with your eyes. It's not that I'm a crackpot. There's literal proof.
Well, and the spirits coming out of the pit. Because it happens, that's the explanation for the earthquakes in this town, is that's the...
And he wrote all over the wall a bunch of numbers, and that's it. And he just sat there, like, rocking back and forth, eating chicken noodle soup in a bathrobe.
Finn Wolfhard immediately goes up to it and rips the head off the...
Because he knows they're in there.
Because in the first one, they discover it, and here he just knows to break the head off this thing because the person is trapped inside.
The first one.
How did he know that?
He didn't. The movie knew that.
He watched the first movie
the
on
audience
VHS.
knew that. Yeah.
Paul Rudd showed it to him in his class, where he showed Cujo in Child's Play.
Yeah.
He showed him the first Ghostbusters movie.
Sure. We're talking about a broken eggshell on the ground. I'm trying to turn it into an egg. Right? That's a clip from Ghostbusters 1, I guess. I don't know.
Sure.
But that's what we're talking about.
To me, it was more like the discourse around it. Like, what a fucking nightmare that was. That killed any interest I would ever have in anything Ghostbusters related.
You don't want to get in a fight on roller skates.
Just stand back there. Everybody. Oh my God.
That's a bad idea. So, Colin from Canada, you're back?
Yes.
Have you tried Justin Bieber's hole? I mean, the Bieber holes from Tim Hortons holes.
You were trying to describe this to me. I've never heard of it. They threw them into the incinerator at the airport.
It's on the sign, like, no guns, no knives, no Justin Bieber holes.
It's just like a strike through them.
So where did this movie come from?
A dumpster. Almost literally.
We watched it with audio, and I have no idea what was going on. Like, none of us could piece the story together. So
it's
I don't know.
safe to assume they didn't have a script.
I don't know, comprehensible, but
I'd say they did a pretty damn good job
It's
with
incredible.
what they had to work with.
It made perfect sense.
Why? Why is this happening? Why won't anyone do anything? I don't understand.
What is he doing?
She may as well be walking into rakes.
Why?
Good luck, Mr. Lou.
I'm going to walk into this fence.
Yeah, where are they supposed to be? They're not outside of like a precinct.
He's a Terminator. He's gonna walk through the fence.
Oh my God, he broke that.
And when I was in high school, I worked at a Kmart. Do y'all remember Kmart?
presumably lived in LA, so she's probably back visiting family because she was pushing around her elderly grandmother in a wheelchair while the dope and sporting goods, she's fucking hot, look at her fucking hot porn store.
And he like grabs her on her shoulder and he's like, hey, it's me, your husband. She's like, it's me, your wife. I'm pregnant. Okay, bye. And that was the scene. It was like so like.
It's very different than shooting something on the street here in Milwaukee, where everybody wanders up to you. What are you filming? Is this going to be on the news? In New York City, you're in their way. So you can flip over a car in the middle of the street and nobody cares.
As they do in the movie.
As they do in the movie.
They did not get permits to block that street off. They just found some street that nobody really goes down. They smashed up a car, they flipped it over, and they probably just ran away after they did it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful scene from Gremlins 2.
Oh, yeah.
When the winged
Futtermans.
gremlin is attacking Mr. Futterman in broad daylight, and New Yorkers are just walking by like it's just some kind of mild nuisance. They don't even care.
But that's a very like Superman, where he's like with the news crew, and then he's like, I'm gonna go get food, and then he leaves. And then the New York Ninja shows up. Coincidentally, right when he leaves.
That's when you recognized exactly what they were up to.
Where'd he come from?
Where did he go?
Hey, did I miss anything?
Yeah.
Oh no! So he's Superman.
That's the thing. Okay. They can't know.
Rich, your ability to write bad 80s movies continues to astound. There's no like pimp who takes out the girl to like a hotel. They just tie them up in a warehouse, and that's a prostitution ring.
Or let them roam free in a field once in a while.
Under a bridge.
For exercise. This movie was unfinished in a dumpster. Yeah. I mean,
Back away from the women and put your...
Is there a solar eclipse happening? The light has dramatically changed.
Is it supposed to be day for night, maybe?
It's supposed to be day for solar eclipse. The classic 80s robbery where the hero does more damage to the store than the robbers were actually stealing. Yeah.
You're welcome, citizen.
Well, you're leaving out the most important and baffling aspect of Plutonium Man, which is that once in a while he melts.
And then we think he's having sex on her.
That's a good way to put it. He's not having sex with her. He's having sex on her.
She is. I don't know if she's a willing or unwilling participant.
She's hypnotized.
Regenerate himself.
Yeah.
Expunge the toxins in his body all over some lady in the back of his dirty cracker crumb filled limo. I just don't know what was happening. In a very uncomfortable scene, New York Ninja gets shot through the heart and pulls the bullet out with a knife. Short Round also gets shot.
You think when they came across that reel, it was like no audio, it was just like...
What if that was the first thing they watched? That's how the reel started, was just him in the Speedo and a little boy.
That's when you're like halfway through the restoration.
They're being attacked by one of the many unnamed gangs. She runs up the stairs and opens the door, and another one just pops out like a haunted house character.
Yeah.
Don't go around it.
It's the best sword fight ever filmed.
Funniest things I've ever seen. Like, I was laughing so hard. I was crying laughing.
He's drunk! He's drunk! He's doing like drunken boxing.
Oh my god. The lights.
They're just losing light like crazy.
They had to crank it open.
Is that fight over?
I don't know! I don't know!
That's where all the good footage that would make the movie make sense was.
Maybe they
Whoops!
They split it up. It's like, you know, when you dismember a body and you kind of like dump it in a dumpster here, you dump it in a dumpster there. It's not all in one area. It's like spread out across, you know.
Speaking of a body in an alley.
I was going to say maybe he didn't want the cap to smush on his hair. But that wouldn't make sense because then he would want the cap at its highest length.
What if the cap was like perfectly formed in like the kid and play like they move for a foot and they all walk out of frame and they leave the medical examiner lady with the girl.
She wasn't a medical, that was the detective.
She was his partner.
Just because she was wearing a lab coat doesn't make her a medical examiner.
But they just leave her. And
Maybe she was under the cover as a medical examiner.
And then
detective doctor.
And then on the inside of her lab coat, there's a medical examiner, and they're like, "Wait a minute, she's a medical."
Right. Rich, meet me in Central Park. It's important.
It's a small park. It's easy to find everybody. And it's like a Temple of Doom, but with prostitutes instead of small Indian boys.
And then when they're running for their lives, they all stop to warm up at a fire.
Oh my god. How fucking cold is it? They have to stop escaping.
Warmth over safety.
No! Jesus, son of a bitch! Come on!
So, if his henchmen were there to steal a plane for him, I guess he didn't know which one it was. Or I should say a helicopter, because he goes into the...
What's that sound? Is that a bomb?
What? He threw a bomb inside.
When did he throw a bomb in there?
I don't know.
Where did he get a bomb?
Vinegar Syndrome has no idea what happened at the end of this movie, and they made it.
They made it.
There's a bomb now.
There's a bomb. That's our guess. My guess is there's a bomb in the helicopter. I don't know. The whole city at this point, they're just constantly carrying around "I love New York Ninja Science." It's just something. That's just something the populace is doing.
Okay, just in case he happens to be being arrested, they could come to his aid, right? Yeah.
In that racist Asian font. It's in. I used it in Space Cop in the opening with Low Blow's fireworks emporium. It's called Chinese Takeout or Chinese Takeaway or something.
It's a cute movie. It's not enough. It's not enough to throw black spines in these, but fucking feeders too.
I rather enjoyed it.
You piece of shit! I'm gonna pick a fucking tape.
Actually, all these tapes are the Feeder sequels. That's your little Yuletide surprise.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Your Yule log.
You are so fucking sinister.
Find a black spine tape, Rich.
I hope so. They're short.
It could be an instructional video on how to kill yourself. This is your life. I just want to remind you of that off camera.
It's a dog in a Santa suit. The phase 12 days of Christmas.
Now, again, I want you to stop and think about where you're at in your life. Okay?
You know what? This is a cute dog.
All right, let's talk about William Wegman's phase 12, whatever. Just read the back of the box so we can get this over with and go home.
Rule number 21. When in doubt, get out. Later.
Your friend is dead now. Oh.
Oh, so that's where his son learned it from.
Allegedly.
I think it's a oneer.
It's a oneer.
There's really no reason to wear that more than once. So
I should just submerge it in water just to see if it will.
What if you hear the cats and it makes you feel bad though? Like they're drowning. Like
I was gonna say, just submerge it in water and see what happens. Like
put it in a sack.
And all of a sudden it's like I got claw marks on my hands, like holding it underneath. Oh my god!
You're haunted by the ghosts of dead cats. Apparently Mike just wants to nap, so I guess the three of us can just have a conversation.
Let's talk about these.
And Mike can just sleep.
I was just resting while.
Oh boy, do I believe in Christmas even more after watching these movies.
What was our first Christmas pick of this Christmas season.
Well, who picked it? This movie's directed by Ringo Starr?
It is.
Is there a bunch of raw behind-the-scenes footage that Peter Jackson is going to restore about the making of Feeders 2?
Called Get Fucked. The weirder the kink, the less in the overall populace it becomes.
Sure.
So you can nail it down to maybe one person
But there's 5 billion people.
who might be sexually aroused by being murdered and eaten. Whittle it all down to one, and that German guy found him. God bless him.
Lucky bastard.
And you're saying that there is a fetish for. Oh my God.
Dog's seen some shit.
That dog came home from Nam the previous week.
Or he just watched Feeders.
Santa give you a present.
You seek Santa.
I'm seeking a great warrior, Yoda.
Your Mark Hamill was very sassy.
Thanks.
How are people gonna survive through Christmas? With this alien invasion.
All they wanted was triangles and semicircles and
That was
squares.
a different movie.
That was ruining your.
Mike, do you remember when Hulk Hogan showed up in Feeders 2?
The first one is your favorite movie.
It isn't. It isn't.
The Poloni brothers were pioneers.
You know what? They were. When it comes to shot-on-video movies, they were some of the firsts. But like I said, by this point, they got to get better, and they didn't. They got worse somehow.
Kind of like being the first person to jump off a bridge.
Pioneer.
Real pioneer.
And how they make a fucking fruitcake is atrocious.
That's another thing, is horrifically misleading baking instructions. Get a giant mixing bowl and throw fruit in there.
You see what I'm fucking doing back here?
Roger, I can't see.
Stop the belt!
So hold the belt so it kicks. Oh, try it again in a close-up.
Fucking dog's ass is in my face.
It farted! The dog farted!
If it falls over again, Kathy, pick it up.
What did you feed these dogs?
Help me, Jesus! Help me!
And we're not just talking about Chris Pratt.
What? What did Chris Pratt do?
It's a giant animal. This gets abused
He's
by the
just a giant animal.
He's a
He's
giant
like
monkey.
a big dumb dog.
He gets abused by the
Mistreating Chris
That
Pratt.
was my joke.
Is that the joke?
That's so lame.
He's just a giant dumb animal that gets abused by the Hollywood system.
And I know it was random.
It was legitimately random.
Totes random.
Because if we were going to stage this, we would stage something better than the forklift safety video.
This is like clay pigeon shooting without eyes.
Sometimes.
Or a gun. Okay, I'll add more to that analogy.
It's Oregon.
What? You got to know a lot of stuff.
These things are fucking dangerous.
Before you start, and then we're going to teach you 10 times more than what was on this, because I learned a lot.
But you still don't know how to drive a forklift.
I don't know how to drive a forklift, but
Can you imagine hundreds of forklifts just coming over the hill? In World War II.
Sir, they're lifting up our defensive encampment.
The Nazis are shooting at them. Just bouncing off the little cage.
Forklifts are just falling on top of Nazis
Yeah,
left
yeah,
and
yeah.
right.
The Nazis run up to stop the forklift and it just tips over on a whole battalion of Nazis. This thing weighs as much as 30 cars.
But then you have the one guy who's like, no, I'm all about safety. It's like, you gotta tip it or else we're all gonna die.
One guy sacrifices himself. He makes a turn that's too tight in front of the Nazi machine gun encampment.
He never would have made that turn if he was at home.
But
That was the bravest unsafe forklift driver I've ever seen.
it tips so slowly, it provides cover for like thousands of troops.
We can get about 1,000 soldiers through if he tips it on the right angle. Mein Führer, the Americans are using forklifts. What?
It's against the Geneva Convention.
They've abandoned their Abrams tanks in exchange for forklifts.
They're just flipping over Panzer tanks.
Yeah, they go under the tank.
Yeah.
And they lift it, and the Panzer tank just tips over. You guys still watch
this?
You guys still watching the video about forklift?
Well, whoever bet on Mike falling first watching this, you won.
Is the video about forklifts still on?
It's still about forklifts.
Was there baking soda anywhere near there?
We're not making cakes.
You use baking soda.
How do you run to a eye wash station that's 1,000 yards away when you can't?
That's when you're running to the eye wash station and you get hit by another forklift.
Oh my God! Yeah.
They just clip you off. It's like no first down.
Throw the flag.
Oh, I gotta pee.
I guess we're done.
Go pee. Go pee. We'll take a break.
I guess we're just talking about forklift.
Stop tape here for discussion.
That's the end of the discussion. It's perfect. It's perfect. Because there's nothing to the stupid video. I gotta pee. Was that when Leo gets mauled by a bear?
That's a different movie, Mike.
No, but you had your toys. The toys were still there.
The old toys, yeah.
The
12-inch rubber toys.
Oh, I have those.
Yes, the laundry basket filled with wrestling figures. And I was like, why does Rich have all these muscular gay men as rubber toys? I didn't, honestly, I swear to God, I didn't know what they were. I mean, I had my own gay action figures, and they were called He-Man dolls. But Rich had different gay action figures, and they were rubber wrestling figures. And I was like, Rich's gay action figures are different than mine. And I didn't understand it at the time. Mine had moss on them. They had a robot head. One guy was called Ram Man, and then Rich is like, Mike, that's Andre the Giant. His agents were like, hey, this wrestling thing, it's gonna burn itself out pretty quickly. You gotta start transitioning. Do you wanna do music? Do you wanna be a country star? Do you wanna be...
You didn't do country.
Country
No,
star.
I'm
Country star. Country star. Country star. Country star. Country star.
They set Hulk Hogan aside and said, do you want to have sex with the fat radio DJ? Fraudulent.
Sorry, I've got some Omicron.
Thank you for saying Omicron, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Not Omnicron.
You got it right.
Did you just have Omicron variant all over me? Listen, I'm trying to explain the plot of Santa with Muscles. I don't need another variant of COVID-19. But we want to have a real quick shout out to Robin Curtis, the actress who played Saavik. Kirstie Alley plays Lieutenant Saavik in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, and then Robin Curtis took over in Star Trek III, The Search for Spock, and a brief cameo in Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. That's it. And she played Lady. Mill Creek, what?
Sewage treatment plant.
Thank you. Mill Creek is just down the street from... You say it, Rich.
Mill Creek is just downstream from the sewage treatment plant.
There we go. There we go.
That's a really good joke, Rich. The fact that Mill Creek is just downstream from the sewage treatment plant. Rich, your comedy stylings are what they might call genius. Good job. Good job. If only you weren't inhibited by booze to create such comedy stylings, right? Rich, will you ask if this is almost over again?
Is this almost over?
Why, that's what Bubba the Love Sponge's wife said.
Why did that take you so long to look up?
Because I forgot the guy's name. Okay, wait. Allegedly. Wow, the most delayed joke in the history of jokes. Gotta laugh. I don't remember the radio DJ guy's name.
We were just talking about
I
it.
couldn't remember it. I had to look it up on Wikipedia.
It only took you 15
It
minutes.
took me
to look
15
up.
minutes. I was a little late on that response.
It was fine.
So is this almost over yet? But well, Hulk Hogan was smashing into his coworkers. Was it me? Or no?